What's going on, everybody? I see a lot of things. I was reading a lot of comments. Yes, 102K subscribers. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hopefully the sound is okay. Always want to make sure. Matter of fact, my headphones. Do you not see me? Is that? No. I don't know what's going on with the picture. I don't know what's going on with the picture. You see me? I don't understand. It looks weird to me. It's not streaming the right way. Do you see me at all? Like, I don't. The picture looks very big. Looks fine. All good. Just blurry. For some reason, what I see is I only see like the top left of my screen up in the preview box. You can see me. You can see all of the. You see the chart and everything. Might need to like reload this. It's all good. Why is today? I just first I need to get this situated. For some reason, it looks very weird to me. Like it's zoomed in a lot. Now my Streamlabs looks normal. Sorry for the technical difficulties here, but my Streamlabs looks normal. But the video looks absolutely horrendous from what I'm seeing on YouTube. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see if this is actually okay. It looks fine here. All right. Well, I'll take that. I don't know why this is not working. If you could hit that like button, we have 1,000 people in here. Hit that like button right before we start. Old AMC. Everybody's asking why is today. Well, I think that today is the day because of the fact that we see a lot of positive movement here. I mean, it can only flatten out for so long. And as we start to really look at this chart, as we start to really look at all the information, from basically like a 10,000 foot view, as we start to look at that information, we're going to see the ultimate dip, right? So it can only flatten out for so long, whether we're looking at AMC or GME, it can only flatten out for so long. And you see all of the positivity around it. And that's why I believe today is the day. I have no prediction for today, basically saying that I believe that it's on the way up. It's on the uptrend here. And that's why I think today is the day. And it's all speculation. It's nothing to really say that I'm 100% confirmed that today is the day. No, that's not the case. It was the same yesterday and it actually went down. Took my losses, paper hands. Well, that's not good. Well, at least you accepted your losses. I mean, some people won't accept the loss. Some people will not accept the losses. Not gonna be able to speak today. It's gonna be that day. Everybody look at Elon Musk's Twitter. Is it going to go back to 17, you think? I think eventually, yes, it will go back above 17. It just really depends on when. Like, we should have a good day. What we're seeing in actually the after hours market and pre-market, it looks pretty good. Clickbait? Why is it clickbait? All I did was put the two names of the stocks we're looking at. Who's behind me? Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, that's always hilarious and scary at the same time, right? Thank you for the $5 super chat. Early Sam J. Hey Matthew, I'm seeing a possible golden cross forming on the AMC daily chart. Do you see that, and can you confirm that, please? To tell you the truth, I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna lie. That might be something new that I learned today. But I can definitely confirm that. Day moving average, 200-day moving average. Well, I don't have the moving averages here. I guess I can. Let's see if I could put the moving averages together. The problem is I don't know how to put two moving averages on here. I just got this software because it's actually a live software, live platform, and it's the Webull platform, which makes me I can be able to draw on all this other stuff, which definitely helps me out in a big way. But I do not know how to put another moving average on here. There's a 200-day moving average and a 50-day moving average where it crosses. I don't understand why I can't put it on there. I wish that I could put multiple moving averages on here. But I'll have to confirm that later whenever I can figure out how to put the 200-day moving average on there. But thank you for the super chat. We can definitely confirm that as we go along in the day. Unfocused, thanks for the $5 super chat. Good morning, beautiful man. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm holding AMC personally. That's good. It's always great to be invested. Where are you invested at? Is it a low point or are you at a high point? Did you invest above $15? But thank you for the super chat. I'm not a financial advisor either. I'm a financial analyst, but I'm not a person that's giving you suggestions on where you should put your money. That's all on you. This is all my opinion. It's for entertainment purposes, not for anything else. I just got some more AMC and GME. That's great at the lows. That's perfect. If anything, you could see an increase today. I believe in both, but as I look at everything from a 10,000 foot view, you can see that we have that dip. So you can see the increase here, and then we have that dip all the way down. As we start to get into today, it's starting to go up a little bit. It's leveling out, and maybe we can get back up to where we should be as it starts to push up. AMC is basically the same way, except it has a little bit more of an uptrend. So tech trades, this dude lost it. Me? I like trades. To tell you the truth, he has amazing analysis, right? He's able to go through and talk about a lot of different things when it comes to different channels that he has here. I really like his channel. Definitely go check him out if that's what you want. Definitely go check him out. And whenever he starts streaming, I recommend you checking out his channel. You can learn a lot from him. As long as you can, slow it down, you can definitely learn a lot from him. He bought AMC 100 shares at $17.90 and holding. We need to lower that cost average, that cost basis. Do AMC and GME charts still match? From yesterday, I think they were off a little bit. That's where I did my update this morning. Well, I did it last night, but I posted it this morning. It matched for the last couple of days, but today was a little bit different because AMC, sorry, not today. Yesterday was a little bit different because AMC actually went up a little bit more from what you can tell. It did look sort of similar, but it wasn't a complete match like it was the last couple of days. Nervous because I have 900 shares at $7.48. Waiting on a transfer to Webull. The account is disabled right now. That's not good. Well, did you want to wait? You're waiting on a transfer to buy more, or you're waiting on a transfer? I have 900 shares at $7.48, waiting on a transfer for Webull since Sunday. All right, well, thank you for the super chat, Stanley. I appreciate that. That sucks that the account is disabled right now. Before we actually dive into some of the pre-market stuff, because I have a 1-minute chart that I wanted to look into, mainly the pre-market and what's happening in the pre-market and why I believe that today might be a pretty good day. Hopefully it just doesn't sell off in the beginning of the day, but which seemed to be the case, for the last few days, right? But I wanted to go into some of this stuff. So I have some, before we get into all that stuff, because it is the pre-market right now, it's not even open. Basically, they're trying to show us all of this news saying that hedge funds won out of the deal because one hedge fund made $700 million. Okay, they're trying to show us all this good news to show, hey, hedge funds won, we lost, get over it, all that other type of stuff. But no, that's not the case. We still have a lot of room left to go. So I wanted to show that as motivation so we can push forward and be able to invest. I did see yesterday that people wanted to invest at 1 o'clock, at 1:30, at 2 o'clock. So it looks like they wanted to man together and invest at the same time so we can create that sell ladder or the buy ladder, which hopefully that's still the case and we continue to do that because we're seeing an upward trend. Sell, what is sell? I only know buy and hold. That's that's funny. What's the move with AMC and GME? I'll definitely get into that in a little bit. I did want to point out that Dave Portnoy basically purchased $700,000 more worth of AMC after apparently leaving his position. I didn't even know that he left his position. I know he lost quite a bit, right? But I don't know why you would leave your position. Just average down in that case. It makes no sense to me. I've seen him talk about this, and obviously he's frustrated because of all the manipulation. But it's a little bit weird. A little bit weird. Let me put this chat up here. But thank you, Sam, for the $5 super chat there. I think that was a while ago. But thank you for it. But yeah, he invested $700,000 into AMC at the moment. Also, a couple of other things. So I still wanted to point this out. I believe we still do have the restrictions, but we have to check on that. I'm probably not going to buy any more shares. I'm at the max shares that I want to buy when it comes to AMC. So I'm going to leave it at that. But hopefully these are higher now. Because I seen this yesterday where GME was 100, AMC was around 1,250. 100 per share is more realistic. for AMC, 100 per share or 50 per share, what sounds more realistic? Obviously 50 per share sounds more realistic. 100 per share does not, because of all of the manipulation. It makes it feel like it's not going to push up that high. But then again, like I've said and many others have said, predictions, we don't really have like full predictions of these stocks, of both of these stocks. We can have our opinion, and based on what we see, but it's not really following logic all of the time. Every time I see it, it's not following logic. And you know, sometimes you can see, even when I was definitely watching Trades, and even when I was watching his channel, he was pulling up and saying basically that it was in this upward moving channel, right? But then he would look at some of the candlesticks and say, all right, well, this looks like it's going to continue to go up because of the fact that, you know, we may have a hammer candlestick, and that indicates that it's going to push up, but it ends up pulling back. So it falls against some logic, even like a W formation, to where it could pull up, but then it ends up forming something different, which it just doesn't follow logic. Thank you for the super chat. NKO earnings at 8 a.m. Eastern. That's good. Hopefully we have some good news there, so then that stock can actually push up. But it's currently down in the pre-market by 2%. AMC is down by 1%. GME is up by 1.9%. So let's get into some of the detail here, I think. And yes, Portnoy is pretty crazy. I mean, what he's doing, I don't understand why you wouldn't just average down in that case. I bought 100 shares of AMC at 250. I want to get more money in. Should I average up or keep my average where? That's tough. I mean, you're going to be making quite a bit of money as it stands. If you feel as though averaging up is the best bet for you, then go ahead and do that. I never average up. I mean, there was that one time that I averaged up during this, and I kind of regretted it. And then I had to average down multiple times because I was chasing the stock. Averaging up is chasing the stock, and you never really want to do that, especially when it's on the upswing. Right now, we're literally at the point to where it's just breaking up from what I'm seeing. So you can average up if you want to, but I never recommend averaging up. And again, this is not financial advice, only just my opinion. Naked is up 9.8% for the people that are asking. Naked is up 9.8% in the pre-market, which is definitely good, obviously. It's the highest percentage here. I don't know why it's not loading. There you go. Naked is up 9. Oh, wow, it had a large increase, a huge increase from here. Come on, man. What's going on with this? It had a huge increase from here. Like gaps in between, you don't really ever see that. Higher highs and higher lows, like you don't ever see the way this is. And then you can obviously see these consolidation points. You can see that it was looking to push down. It was fighting that $1.42. That's where it would be the resistance level up there, and obviously it started pulling back a little bit. So the trend line, you can see it's coming back to the price of the stock. So there's Naked for you. It actually is moving quite a bit. The good thing that I see about all of these stocks right now, yes, never average up, only average down. I mean, if you feel like it's a good option, I don't like to use never because that's an absolute, and I was taught never to use absolutes, even though I just used an absolute right now. The thing about averaging up is if you know the stock is going to go up, then I'm losing my train of thought as I'm reading comments. As you know the stock is going to go up, then you can try and average up once it hits a consolidation point. But most times you don't want to average up because that's chasing the stock. I mean, I never like to trace the stock, and I use the absolutes. I rarely. There you go. Instead of using VWAP, use a 9 EMA. Please tell me why you use a 9 EMA. I usually use a 20 moving average, which falls in nicely because I'm usually looking to gain like $1 out of it. And that's why I only like it to move far away from the trend line. I always play this bounce back method, and it doesn't even have to be a huge bounce back. It just has to be like $1 worth of gain, and I'll buy 100 shares and gain $100. I try and make it as simple as possible for me. That 226% short is not true. Where is that 200? Only SIF deal in absolutes. Thank you for the super chat, Steve. Average up with 5% is a good strategy. Yeah, I mean, if you have success averaging up, then yeah, I've never had success averaging up because every time I averaged up, I was always chasing that stock, ready to see that it was going to move up $5, and I was within those $5, but I bought pretty much close to where the end point was or the consolidation point was, and I didn't like that at all. So with VWAP and 9 EMA is actually pretty good. Is a dual indicator setup. That's good to know. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really getting used to this. I'm not military. I'm really getting used to this platform right here because I've been using AccuTrader Pro, which I still have on my laptop, but I also have Webull here, and I was using Robinhood to show the live price. Oh, it looks like AMC is making a move down. Wow, look at that. You're gonna see this downward move, which I was gonna talk about why I believe AMC was gonna do something today, but it's definitely going against what I thought would happen in the pre-market to, open up the day. Is it too late to buy AMC today, or is it still good? If it still goes down like this, it's not too late to buy AMC. I think that you still have options there. Whoops. I'm missing some super chats. I feel like I'm missing some. Oh no. Okay, I'm not. How's everybody doing today? Make sure you hit that like button. We have 2,161 people in here. Please hit that like button. Still streaming. Wow. Yes, I'm still streaming on this, making sure that we get this situated. Hopefully we can get up to a point to where we're at a comfortable state, maybe that $15, $20 mark, and then hopefully I can do a couple of other streams just going through different stock predictions and whether it's a long-term hold or more of a short-term gain, and also going through just daily trades. I have one share of GME at $300.30. Oh no, I thought it was $300.30. GME at 330 shares of AMC at $9. Small potatoes, but learning. Would it be better to average down on GME or sell it? I'll have to put in AMC. I believe both of them are going to move. The thing that I always like to play is I always like to play the smaller play. For GME, that's definitely a huge difference that you have here because we're at basically $100, right? We're at $90. If you wanted to do easy numbers, it's $100. So you really have to basically 3 times what you have. So it's going to be very difficult to get back up to that point, but people do believe that we will have that push up. From what we see from a 10,000 foot view, you can see that we're at the bottom point of this. So both of them are going to go up. I believe that they're going to go up, but this, like I said, it's not financial advice, so I don't want to have to, give you a full opinion. I guess it is an opinion. I don't want to have to give you a suggestion on what you need to do, because like I said, I don't want to be at fault for anything that you do and then you get out of the trade and end up making money. So if it was me, I always like to put it on the the smaller amount. So AMC at $9 obviously is a better bet than GME at $300. But I would average down with GME. You can make a lot more money a lot quicker with GME because it moves at such a high rate. It moves at like $100 a day in most cases. Yesterday was an exception, but in most cases it moves at like $100 a day. So I would, in my opinion, I would average down. But again, not financial advice. Definitely look at your situation, look at your strategy, and hopefully you can make a decision. Not advice, it's an analysis. Yes, you're right. Ideas on Nokia. Now, what's going on with Nokia? So Nokia looks pretty flat. I mean, the problem that I have with Nokia, like I've always said, is the volume. You know, you see the number that goes into it. It's, you know, and this is 30 minutes. You see the volume that goes into it when it's open, and it's really, what, like hundreds of thousands? Rather than, you know, millions at the price that it is of $4.70. I would always say that it makes sense to invest in something that has higher volume. I do not like seeing low price stocks with low volume. It just doesn't sit well with me. So I think that it's a long-term play. I think it definitely has potential, but the problem is the fact that let me scroll out. The problem is the fact that it just doesn't have the volume. You see this huge gap here. So if it does have any type of increase in volume, it's more people selling than buying, you know? I want to day trade and invest at the same time. That is why I'm here. That's good, but don't take my strategy. You should always build your own strategy because my strategy might not work for you. So I have a very simple strategy, which I usually play the bounce back when it comes to day trading. But some people can't find success with that. Some people don't have discipline. It just all depends, you know, what your situation is. And I'm on a lag. So if you end up trading exactly when I trade, it's probably already done. It's already passed by then. Yeah, you're right. Anybody that hates on these stocks is pretty much a person that took a loss or accepted a loss. That's the issue. Is some people will accept their losses, which is always good to accept losses in normal cases. In cases like these, where you know that the incline is coming, where you know that the increase is going to be here, it's difficult to take a loss because you see the loss, but then you're also going to get to a point where you're like, if this increases, I'm going to be so pissed. You know, right now we're making a move on AMC. It looks like we're starting to increase here. We're having this upward move, which is definitely great. It's starting to come back though. So it's definitely resisting somewhere around this point. We had a low of $8.65. The reason why, if I look at what happened in the pre-market for AMC, right? When I first started doing my analysis this morning, it was somewhere around here, I believe. And I see nothing but positivity. I seen this huge upward move, and that's nothing but positivity. When I seen that, I was like, okay, this is going to be a good day. You know what I mean? So yesterday, the combination of yesterday and today really just makes me think that this is going to be a good day. But like I said, it's not predictable. So what is my favorite long plays to invest in? Any long plays that I will invest in most likely will be my mutual funds or index funds. Those are my best long plays. If you're talking about stocks, then obviously you can't go away from like the Amazons, the Teslas, all of those. And doing fractional shares is not bad because basically you're getting a percentage of that stock and you're still gaining the percentage on your money. It's just you're not moving with the dollars of the stock, if that makes sense. What do I think a realistic price for GME is? Overall, I think it could get back up to that 400 mark, but it just really all depends. That's a huge move there. It just really all depends. It could get back up to that 400 mark, but let's go with 5 minutes. but it makes it extremely difficult. Seeing this huge sell-off here does, you know, make people think that it's not going to get back up to that $300-$400 mark, because the long, the horrible days that we had where it was straight downhill. There was no, up and down. There was no volatility here. It was all downhill because they were basically manipulating the market. Even in the post market, the after hours, you've seen the same thing, which is not ever a good thing. I mean, if you look at history here, before this whole downward trend, you could see that we had, upward movement, like literally highs of highs in the pre and post market. Same thing here. But then you see all this manipulation, and it makes me think that they're going to continue to manipulate things. Now, is it realistic to get up to that 400 mark? I think that it's more realistic to say that it would be at that 300 mark. But I still have hope for 400 to 500. I don't hold any shares in GME, but like I said, nobody can really predict exactly what's going on because it's falling, like all of the logic is going out the window, really. Literally all of it. So I believe that we're going to make an upward move today. I hope that it can be a massive upward move, because it's been moving besides yesterday, to where it really just went between 2 points. Let's see, just getting used to using this. So it went between like 2 points yesterday to where it's like up here. So basically you're moving from between that 109 to 86, when typically you'll see $100 move. That's not something that I was happy with. The only thing that I was happy with was seeing this volatility, seeing it go down, come up, seeing this W here was definitely good, because you obviously want to see volatility. It makes you think that they're not really manipulating the market there. We're seeing a lot of buyers that are interested. So AMC prediction for today. If I had to give a prediction, like I said, it's not 100% predictable. If I had to give a prediction, I have to really see when it opens. But if it does open at this point to where it's like the $9 mark, somewhere around where it closed, I can definitely see it decreasing right from the start, having a little bit of volatility, pushing up to about the $10, $11 mark. And depending how much volume we have, hopefully we have more volume, we might get to 12. That would be my prediction for today, and then Friday might be the biggest move, because we're due for a big positive day, right? Will Dogecoin hype train affect AMC? I'm worried people will sell AMC to free up funds. I didn't know there was an extended hype train for Dogecoin. I thought they were on the way down. Obviously, they're still like however many X their initial amount, but yeah, I think it will affect it. The effect was from silver, was from all of these other stocks that are kind of distractions from AMC and GME, and also Dogecoin. I mean, any cryptocurrency, because a lot of people, they were held back from these stock opportunities, and they said, you know what, let me get into crypto. And they got into crypto, they made some money in crypto, and now they're pushing crypto on everybody, which kind of distracts them, right? We have 1,900 people in here. Could you hit that like button? I'll get this above 500 likes. That would be amazing. You guys are phenomenal. Why didn't we see more personality celebrities talking about investing into these companies? A lot of people didn't understand what was actually happening, and people don't really like investing into things like these. They think of this as trading, not investments. So that's where there's a difference. A lot of people will think of investments as a long-term play. They put it in a mutual fund. They put it in, a stock that will be at least predictable. And that's why they're not talking about it. You have Mark Cuban, who likes the fact that we're going against the billionaire hedge funds, but not really many other people after that. We have 2,000 people in here. Please hit that like button. Did I address this? Yeah. All right, we have some more super chats here. Scroll up. I have 34 shares of AMC at $14.20 a share. How can I average down to below $10? Sorry, newbie here. Yeah, I mean, right now where the price is, you have 34 shares at $14.20. If you literally buy at that $8 mark to where you buy the same amount of shares, you can easily average down. I'm not sure if that will get you below $10. It should be close. If it's the $8 mark, I think it will. If it's the $9 mark, I believe you'll be right above. So yeah, that's just really how you average down. A lot of times I'll buy more than my initial investment just because it's a lower price. You're not going to be spending more money. You're just going to be spending, less actually. It makes sense because the price is less. What do you think? What do you think is a realistic price for GME? I don't know if I answered that. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, Alan, thank you for the super chat, by the way. Hopefully I answered your question. But let's see. What do you think of a realistic price of GME? I think a realistic price of GME for today, I would love to see them get to 150, push up a little bit. It doesn't have to be a crazy $100 day. I just want it to be somewhere around like $50. So 150 would be an amazing spot to get to. No, actually, typically with day trading, you do not want to sit here and average down and keep averaging down because, obviously you're adding on losses as you go down. And typically you want to accept a loss. But for this case, averaging down is a better situation, especially for the people that have $17 up in that $17, $20 mark. If you don't end up getting to that point, you only get to a $10 mark, you can make your money back and break even. So a lot of times where you'll see the dips, it will come up. So what I will do is if I do have an ultimate loss to where I need to average down here, I'll take this as averaging down right here and take this increase and basically get back to break even. That's why I'm saying that. If you want to limit your losses, sometimes averaging down is the best bet. You take a look at Carnival Corp stock. I'm not gonna look at that right now. How's the volume looking? The volume in the pre-market, volume in yesterday was actually really good. That's why we've seen that huge uptick. But the volume in the pre-market, can't really address that too much. I mean, it's good. It's standard, right? You're seeing a lot of volume here. So a lot of these bigger candlesticks, you're seeing a lot of volume here. But yeah, the volume's looking better and better as it gets towards 9:30. So we have about an hour until it actually opens. I'm only going to stream until 10 today. Get that done. Analysis is pretty helpful. Thank you, Miscreated. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. What's the realistic price for AMC today? Like I said, I would like to see them get to 12, push up to that figure, but it all depends what they do right when they open. I believe that if they stay around that $9 mark, we're going to see a downward move right from the start, just a little bit of a downward move, hopefully not too much, and then we can push back up, and I believe it might start having a lot of peaks and valleys around that maybe $8 mark all the way up to the $10 mark. Hopefully see a large increase right from the start. But like I said, it's not really predictable. It's moving against all logic here. So thank you everybody for hitting the like button. We have 9,000. We have 1,934 people in here. Please hit that like button whenever you have a chance. Let's see, did GameStop shoot up overnight or when it hit 300 plus? You're talking about in past days? In past days, GameStop hit over 400 multiple times in the after hours market and the pre-market. And it's been over $300 before, you know, during the day. It didn't just do that in the pre-market and post-market. Let me put 5 minutes. So I'm looking at AMC. So yeah, you could see that it was over 300 during the day here, but it really pushed up in the pre-market, post-market. You could see it hit a high of $514. And then obviously now we see this large decrease here. So yeah, that's where it typically hit. It was in the pre-market and post-market. How's my throat? It's fine. I feel a little bit, I have a sore, it's kind of a sore throat, I guess. But it seems fine. Yesterday I was doing this analysis, so I posted a video this morning talking about this right here, this move, and what I typically look at when it comes to the bounce back. And that was fun to do. I like this platform. I'm getting used to this platform, getting an understanding of how it works. So bear with me. But let's put in indicator. Do you think the buying restrictions being lifted will push the prices up? Typically, that's what you would think, but still having any restrictions is not good. You want to be able to buy as much as you possibly can in order to push up the price. But that can definitely help the price by having those lifted. I don't believe we had all of them lifted, unless I'm hearing something else. AMC is currently still on the SSR list. I did not see that. I have the SSR list here, and I do not see it on this list. And I was looking for it specifically because I wanted to see what was going to happen. So this is where I'm a little bit skeptical or weirded out with the fact that it's not on this list. So what are they going to do? What's the move for them? And that's where I can't really predict exactly what they're going to do. Is $11.15 a good average for AMC? It's on the lower end, so it's not bad. I wanted to be below 10, which I am below 10 at $9.99. But $11 is not bad. If you're up in that $15 mark, then you start pushing the possibility of making a profit or, you know, just breaking even. So what platform am I using? That's the Webull platform. I don't know what it's actually called, but it's a pretty good platform. I like the fact that you can put all these indicators in here, draw on it, be able to break down what is the high and what's the low that you're actually looking at that point in time. You know, seeing that the low point is $93, the high point is $97. It's always amazing to be able to get as much information as possible. But like I said, I'm getting used to this platform, so if it seems like I can't navigate around it, I'm just getting used to it. I downloaded it yesterday, so it's something that I definitely can take an interest in. The only thing is I don't trade with Webull a lot. I only have my AMC shares at a cost basis of $12.50 on Webull. On Fidelity, it's $9.99. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Brian. He says hold. Yes, we do need to hold. That's how we keep the price steady. If you can, please hit that like button. We got 1,848 people in here. Please hit the like button. Helps me out dramatically. I love it so much. Get me to 1,000 likes. That would be amazing. Webull desktop. Yes, that's what it is. Your analysis has helped me average down to from $13 to $10. Could AMC reach 21 by the end of the week? I mean, it could. Do I have a prediction that it will reach $21 by the end of the week? No, I think that's unrealistic that it will get to $21 by the end of the week. I think we will have a good push today, hopefully. Let me check what's actually happening. That's GameStop. Let me check what's actually happening here with the 1 minute chart. So it does have a little bit of a move up. I like all of the volatility here. This is what I really like, with the fact that we have this after hours market, and you see how much volatility here compared to some of the other days, to where it was, you know, straight downhill or flat. You know, this was straight downhill here, and you're seeing today's pre-market right here, where it has a little bit of an upward trend. You're seeing the movement. Now this is kind of you know, zoomed out, right? So you're only going to see it between a certain price point here, so it looks like it's flat, but it's actually increasing a little bit. And then you look at some of these other, you know, pre-markets and post-markets, and it's just straight downhill, right? Not good. So it's definitely a difference, and I like seeing that. So I definitely have hope for today to have a strong push. 1 minute chart. So yeah, I like this upward move here. And then you can see the consolidation point as we get into here. You can see this consolidation point. So it's going to push back down with a little bit more towards the sellers. So AMC will pump today. I believe that we're going to have something today. None will buy this above $8 or $9. Average down. Volume is so weird with AMC though. It definitely is. It definitely is. The only thing I like about it is it does have high volume at times, very high volume at times, but very low volume at times. So yeah, I know what you mean. It should be sort of consistent. Thank you for the congrats on 100K subs. I really appreciate everybody that subscribed to me. It's amazing. We have 1,800 people in here. Please hit that like button. Get it above 1,000 likes. That would be amazing. By the way, I love your stream. Thank you. I have 16 shares at a cost average. I need to turn this down. Like lagging behind me because I can hear it. Where was it at? I have 16 GME shares at an average of $265. Do you think break even is possible? I do think it's possible. 16 shares of GME at $265. I do think we can get back up to that point. Right now, it just seems like it might take a little bit of time to get there. So if you feel comfortable with holding, then definitely hold. I believe that we might get to 150 today. It looks like AMC is making a move up. If you see this, it is making a move up. That's amazing. Hopefully we see the same when the market opens. But yeah, when it comes to GME, if you really feel like holding or you really feel like selling, then you could sell. But I believe that we are going to move up, and you're going to be able to either limit those losses or break even. And then if you feel comfortable with taking the break even, then go ahead and do that. But I still think that we're going to push above that. And that's my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, so do whatever you think is best for you. It's your money, so do whatever you think is best for you. I think $13 to $17 on AMC by Friday. Depends on if the brokers keep lifting restrictions. Yeah, that's true. I think they'll keep the restrictions as they are. If they do have the billionaires in their back pocket, right? These hedge firms, hedge funds in their back pocket, then yeah, I mean, they're going to keep restrictions, but not to a level that they had it before, because then that just calls out exactly what they're doing. So if they are doing something fraudulent, we are having a downward move right now in this minute here. So we'll see if we have a couple of points of resistance here. But yeah, I think you're right with the restrictions. Limit losses. Yeah, I mean, it's always good to limit your losses. For me, why do I think it'll push above 15? Eventually, I think it'll push above 15. Just with the upward movement. One, just with how much volume that we have in the buys versus sells, it makes no sense why we wouldn't have an upward movement. And $15 is not a huge ask. $20 would be a huge ask. And that's literally right in the middle point. So I definitely think that that's a possibility soon. There's not really a huge amount of logic behind it, because the chart doesn't really move with logic most cases. So yeah, yes, complex analysis. It's not complex at all, really. Do you think they will ever lift BTD rules? Not allowing day trading using margin. I don't know. Maybe they will. I really don't know how to answer that question with the PDT rules. I really don't know how to answer that question. I can't predict what they're going to do. Will we see a dip of GME before it goes upwards? From the trend that's been happening, and like I said, I want to predict it as best as I can. But from what I'm seeing, every time it opens, we're seeing a large decrease. Besides the one day to where it was 17 for AMC, I mean, we were seeing a large decrease right from the start. So I'm predicting that we'll probably see the same, but then we'll have that increase there. I just hope it's not a huge decrease. It shouldn't be something to where it drops down to like $80. I don't believe. Maybe somewhere right on the verge of hitting that $89, $88 mark, possibly. But that's what I'm thinking, and it's all speculation. Because who knows how the actual market's going to go. The pre-market looks decent, a lot of movement up, but then also a lot of movement down, kind of fighting each other. But it just, sorry, I kind of got stuck reading. We got 1,900 people in here. Please hit that like button, get it above 1,000 likes. That would be amazing. Debating buying more naked, but I got my original shares at 34 cents. Would I have to average up? Yeah, you would be averaging up at this point, buying more naked stock. I believe that the best bet would have been getting in somewhere around where yesterday ended. Somewhere around this low point or a lower point than that. But yeah, I think you would be averaging up at this point. I'm not getting used to this. You would be averaging up at this point, definitely. And it would be a little bit of a large average up, especially getting in at 34 cents. So yeah, that's a tough one right there. So where's AMC? So AMC right now is down 0.22%. GME is up 1.42%. Blackberry is up 1%. Bed Bath and Beyond is up 0.46%. Naked's up 7%. And Nokia is down 3%. What is my exit strategy? My exit strategy, I would like to push that $20 mark. But if I get up there and it gets to like 17 and it looks like it's resisting, I think I might just get out. I understand that there's still an upward movement. Whenever I get to like a certain point to where it's comfortable with the amount of gain that I have, I will get out, and then I'll wait for a low point, get back in, just to hold for the movement as well. Do you think Elon Musk tweets could impact the price? Yeah, Elon Musk impacts everything. He says one single thing and the price of the stock skyrockets. That's just how it goes. I've never seen anybody hold more weight in one thing that they say or one thing that they tweet more than Elon Musk. It's crazy. I don't have an exit strategy for GME because I don't hold GME. But if I did hold GME, I would have bought it somewhere around that $88 mark. I mean, I was technically trying to get it at $200 a while back, but it didn't go through, and I was actually looking at buying at the low points, but then I bought AMC, so I figured I wouldn't put more money in there. But an exit strategy for me, if I bought at this low point, would be to, however many shares I have, would be to gain another $100 on this and then have an exit strategy. But that's just me. If you wanted an exit strategy of a $200 gain per share, then go ahead and do that. It's all your money, right? I think Elon Musk likes popcorn. I don't know what that's referring to. If you could hit that like button, we have 1,900 people in here. That would be amazing. SEC is against us little guys. You're right. I mean, they see how much money they do have and how much money flows to government, and like the billionaires and these hedge funds are definitely involved in everything. You know, so they have a say in whatever goes, whatever they say goes, really. SSR list. I have the SSR list. Why grab the wallet when there's a suitcase on the table? I guess that's true. I guess that's true. Yeah, that's definitely a good look at it. But yeah, it's just tough to continue to go through this for a lot of people when they have they're at the $300 mark for GME, or at $500 mark for $300 mark for GME, or $500 mark for GME, or something like that, like at the high points of this, so that they have to get back to those points to break even. There's always someone there, but it just sucks to hear that someone is there. My AMC prediction for today is, my video is coming up, bro. That's good. Good. The AMC prediction for today is like $12. Yeah. But I still need to see how it opens, and then I can give a better prediction after it opens at a certain point. Let me log into my work here. I am so tired. Extremely tired. I need a nap. Let's see what's people saying. Yeah, hit that like button, get it above 900 likes. That'd be amazing. Banking on 12. Yeah, I'm pushing for it to move to 12 today. You have AMC to $80 today. That's a little unrealistic. You're saying this is the wrong list? Then where is the list? Did I look it up? This is the list that I pulled from. If you have another list, then let me know where I can get it from. Thank you for the super chat. Great from Germany. The German market holding strong on meme. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's great to hold, great to keep this to the stock level. And thank you for the super chat. What are your hopes for GME? I'm not currently investing in GME, but if I was at the low point, I would definitely hope for another $100 gain. But today, I would expect maybe to that 150 mark. That's where I would like to see it get to. But it's possible that I could get to 130. So I don't know, between there, if it does make an upward move. But yeah, I was looking at this SSR list, and I seen that they weren't on it. I don't know. What? $18 next week. AMC hits $30. I'd cry. Why would you cry? Did you get out, or would it give you a lot of money? Where do I see the resistance price today? This is a good question, because I can go through different things here. So the pre-market doesn't really tell me too much of where the resistance would be. It can tell me where it's resisting from in the pre-market, but with all of the volume that you would have, the resistance would change, the support would change. But I definitely see it resisting a couple of times at the $10 mark. I mean, I feel like that's usually where we see it resist. What's going on out there? But it's very tough to say without actually seeing the candlesticks. So people that give you their prediction beforehand without basically premising it by saying, nobody can predict the predictions, um, is lying to you. It's very tough to predict how it's going to go when you don't see what the candlesticks are doing. So I can see the pre-market, but it does not have the same volume as what happens in the actual when the market opens. You're going to see millions of shares versus tens of thousands or thousands of shares. Do I think enough retailers will buy into AMC today to create a short squeeze on it? I would hope so. I would hope that we have a lot of people willing to buy at these low prices. This is why it doesn't make sense. It's so low that people should be pushing to buy more than sell and sell at these high prices. I understood how it was moving in the past is the fact that it would get down to a low enough price where people would get interested, buy up that price really quickly, and then sell that price or sell their shares at a higher rate. So maybe $14, $15. But the fact that it's staying around the $7, $8, $9 mark is not something that I really like to see. It makes me think that something's being manipulated. Thank you for the $5 super chat. This New World, I'm a new sub as of last night. Spent 5 hours listening to your prior videos and yesterday's stream. You're very insightful, and I love your non-financial advice. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I try to give non-financial advice all the time, but I try and be as transparent as possible. This is why I tell you that I have stake in AMC. This is why I do talk about AMC and see what their movement is more than GME, but I do give you the updates of GME and AMC. And if you do ask me for Blackberry, then Blackberry or Nokia or Bed Bath & Beyond or whatever, I will go through it slightly, but for most cases, it's the fact that there's less volume. So thank you for the super chat. Thank you for saying that. I'm glad that you subscribed. You joined the team. I really appreciate it. Selling questions. How do we know when to sell GME? Is there a chance that we could miss the rise? You will not allow good till close limit sell order of 500. They won't allow a good till close. It's because isn't that an unrealistic good till close number? Is that why TD wouldn't allow that? Because it's from $90 all the way up to 500 in one day. That's probably not going to happen. So yeah, that's. I mean, you obviously need to look at it yourself and see what the sell point will be. It looks like it's resisting the close to $9 mark, I guess. So somewhere around here. Let me draw a line here. Will it go below this point though? It did. Oh no, it didn't. Let's draw this horizontal line. Let's see if it'll go below this point. So the $8.80 mark. Let's see if it'll go below that point. So right now you can see exactly where it's holding. There's one touch point, but almost touch point here. It looks like it's resisting that $9 mark right now. And you see how it's pushing back up. So between $9 and $8.80 is definitely where it's at. So let's see if that pushes or pulls down. But yeah, where was I going at? Something about a sell question. You definitely can miss it. You just need to look at the chart and see what it's doing at the moment. And if you feel like it's hitting a resistance level, then you can sell. But obviously you want to make a profit out of it. So do I really think it's going up again? I do think it's going up again. I just don't know how high. Because with all of the manipulation that happened in the past, who knows if that will happen again today, right? But if I'm looking at just strictly the buys and sells, I would say the buying power is a lot stronger than the selling power. So we're seeing it at a lot of points. In the beginning of the day, we'll definitely see it, and I don't know what they're doing up there. So yeah, it's definitely resisting this 880 mark. It's not pushing below it. And I know for damn sure it's not going to push below this. There's sometimes that it'll break that. I would hope that it would break it, but I would break the $9 mark basically. Expectation for AMC today is 12. Yes, I believe that that's where it should be. Is if all falls into place and nothing is manipulated, yes, AMC definitely at 12 for me. And for me, that would be a $1 gain on the 1,400 shares that I owned, so it would be $2,800 if I would sell. Please let me know the exact answer. Give me a second. Thoughts on BlackRock? What, them buying 6 point, was it 2.1? I can't remember how many shares of AMC, but I was a little skeptical about that because I didn't see a price of, you know, them buying AMC. So I thought that maybe it was gifted to them, but still, I just didn't see a price point there, so I was a little skeptical. But the thing that I'm excited about is the fact that one, David Portnoy buying into AFC, or AFC, buying into, I'm thinking of football, buying into AMC, and then also the calls that are still out there for $2.1 million. Thank you for the super chat. Are the hedge fund guys betting against AMC again with the amount of shorts increasing? No, they're doing these ladder tactics. I don't believe it's the amount of, I don't believe they're increasing all of the amount of shorts at this point. I know they were shorting at a higher price, right? But I believe they're doing these ladder tactics to where they're creating an artificial sell, trading it back and forth, which is bringing the price down from what I see. But then again, you can't really show all this stuff. You just see the amount of buy volume that's going in there and you say, why isn't the price going up? Well, it's them manipulating the market. It makes no sense whatsoever. So I could say they definitely could be adding on to their short positions, but from what I was seeing, their short positions were decreasing. And then some people told me that the short position calculation has changed, so technically the short positions are a lot higher than what we're seeing. So hopefully that's true. But yeah, it looks like it's resisting that 880 mark and the 899, or yeah, the 899 or $9 mark. It's moving really slow. Obviously, pre-market volume is a lot lower. Like, look at this volume here, 2,160. That's all the volume that we're seeing within that minute. 13,000 at that moment. So pre-market volume doesn't really tell you everything because you don't really have the volume to show for it. The way I see it is that after seeing the red most of paper hands that got scared and left, what remains are holds and sells. Can only be good. Sorry, I'm not understanding the last part. What remains are holds and sells. You mean buy and holds that we have? Because the people that were paper hands, they sold off, right? But then there's also the manipulation. And I believe that that's a big portion of it. It doesn't make sense why we would see anybody sell at these marks here, at these $9 marks here, because if we're looking to gain something big out of it, and most of the movement is trying to gain something big, they would buy at the low points, buy the dip, and then they would hold it for a long period of time and then sell it. So it makes no sense what they're actually doing. Is it possible that being on the SSR list means that they are betting against us to drag down the value of all the buys? I don't think it's just ladder. Yeah, I don't think it's just the ladder tactics either. I think we do have a portion of us that are selling off, that are basically saying, I'm just going to take my losses and I'm not going to deal with it going down anymore. Or they average down at like $7 and, you know, maybe they sold at $9 or $9.77 when they were up that point. So yeah, I mean, that could be a point, but I mean, it really doesn't make sense how we would have it all downhill. Typically, when you do see people buying and selling, there's a lot more volatility to it, rather than it going straight downhill for multiple days in a row. That's where it doesn't really line up for me. And for both of the charts to match makes no sense. Buyers are not buying both stocks at the same time, you know, to hit the lows at the same time. So thank you for the super chat. Thank you for this super chat. Mama, my mama said that. Great name. Hi, Matt. In your personal opinion, if you were to buy into AMC again, what would be the entry price? Not a financial advice, just your opinion. Thanks. Good that you said that, because this is not financial advice. In my opinion, a good entry price would obviously be around an $8 mark. Anything that's below the $9, I would say is a good price. I'm at $9.99, so I still consider that as a good price. Anything below $10 as being a really good price to gain a lot of profit. So if you could invest into AMC, if you wanted to buy more into AMC or buy something from the start, I would definitely say, oh, it did break it. It broke the $8.80 mark. I would say below $9 would be amazing. Below $8 would be even better than that. So definitely see what happens in the open, because the open will tell you everything, whether it will decrease right from the start, which means you could probably get it at like $7 rather than getting it at $8 or $9. You know, that's always a good thing. So definitely wait for the open. That would be my opinion, not my advice. We have 1,800 people in here. Please hit that like button, get it above 1,000 likes. That would be amazing. But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that a lot. I bought 8 shares at $12.60. That's still like middle of the road. I believe that we're going to get up there. I hope we're going to get up to 12 today. And like I said, it's all speculation, because you can't really predict exactly what's going to happen in the pre-market with lower volume like this. We have a number of people that are streaming right now. So we basically have a little bit under an hour before the market opens here. Looking to sell at 9+. I got in at $13.50. If the short laddering happens, I re-enter at $7 and ride it up. Advisable. It seems a lot of retail investors are selling at 10. I can't average down below 10. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. It seems like a lot of you see that resistance, especially yesterday. You've seen that resistance of like 10. I think it was 977. I believe that's going to rise every day. The problem that I'm seeing with this pre-market is it's starting to, you know, bow out, where it's starting to hit its high of the pre-market and come back down here. But I would say that it's definitely difficult to sell off with a bigger loss than what you would want, and then buy in at a lower price. Um, I'm not sure that that might happen. I'm not sure that you'll get down to $7. And if you don't, then you just lost a bunch of money, and you still have to get in at a higher price. So I know you can't average down below 10, but it is always great to be able to bring that price down even a little bit, because if you do limit the losses, then that's where it ends up helping you out in the situation. So if you can physically average down at like $8, that will limit your losses as the price starts to go up, and hopefully it does go up to about 12. Because if it does, then basically you can make depends how much you average down, but you can basically make money out of this. So hopefully that's good. But again, this is not financial advice, merely just my opinion. So I'm just a guy on YouTube, right? Thoughts on short interest. I don't know what their actual short interest number is. I seen that it was 220, which is huge. I mean, which means that they're basically getting, plowed by the interest every single day, and that's a good thing. But the only thing is that having that interest there is nothing compared to what they will lose if the price goes up again, right? So they're probably going to be offering these shorts as the price continues to go down, because instead of having billions of dollars of losses, now they're starting to get into maybe a billion, or maybe millions of dollars of losses, which is not bad. Obviously it's bad for us, but it's not bad for them. $15 or 15 shares at 12. That's what your average is. It's 12. I got an AMC at $7.70 and hoping to get out at 20. That's an amazing goal. It's good that you do have a goal. Some people just say, I want it to go, obviously to the moon is the phrase, but I want it to go, to 50 or 100 when it's an unrealistic number. Where's your realistic profit target versus your unrealistic profit target? Yes, you're right. We do need to make this known that if you cannot afford the money, if you cannot afford to invest, don't invest. Because you don't want to use the money for your rent or use the money for whatever. It shouldn't be a form of gambling. This should be a form of improving your future, or some people look at it as a job. You can create steady income, so then it looks like a job for you. But yeah, don't ruin your life because you wanted to invest in AMC or GME, and then you end up seeing it go down. You have paper hands, and then you sell and you lost a lot of money. So trust me, if you can't lose it, don't hold on to it. Or people get paid tomorrow. They're almost out of time. Won't need any of this money tomorrow. Think you're shadow banned. Could be. I mean, I'm okay with that. We have 1,800 people in here. It's just because the ratio is not amazing. If you could hit that like button, get it above 1,000 likes, it'll bring more people in here. But it's all about the amount of movement that the chat has, and also people waiting in other waiting rooms, and anybody else that's doing streams as well. So I think that the trades is going to be doing a stream, and I would say that he has really good information, really knowledgeable. So I wouldn't be hurt if you go over there and check his stuff out, because it's definitely really good. Not looking for financial advice, but what are your thoughts on penny stocks? I used to have strong thoughts on penny stocks, thinking they were really amazing, but they're a little too volatile for me. Penny stocks move at a rate to where I just can't handle it. And yeah, you can set up all these hotkeys and get things situated for yourself so that you can make a lot of money, but I'm not that type of person. I like to see slow, fast movement, if that makes sense. I like to see a lot of volatility, but in a slow fashion so I can predict where it's going to go. With penny stocks, you have to be quick on the trigger when it comes to setting up your trend lines, looking at all of the different uh, candlesticks and understanding exactly what those candlesticks are doing. But with this, you can understand what the candlesticks are doing, and it's moving at a slower rate, right? You can see the upward trajectory here. You can see where it's going to move. You can see that you have a hammer candlestick here, so then you can invest there and know that it's going to push up maybe a couple of cents or whatever, or a dollar. So that's what I look at. But my opinion on penny stocks, I really don't get into it anymore. But I did get into it in the past, thinking that it was a good idea. Go live with Trey. I think he has his own setup. I don't know how to do all of that extra stuff. I don't have any like I guess softwares to build that. So I would try, but don't have the software. But yeah, I like what he's doing over there. I've subscribed to him because I like what he's doing. He definitely has a great way of looking at things. And I have a very simple way of looking at things, especially with my day trading strategy. It's not really looking at everything on when you can really get in and out, and looking at all of the trend lines where the channels actually move. Like, I'm not looking at all of that stuff most times. During my trades, I literally look at a couple of things to where I'm looking at a 20 moving average, and I'm looking to pull back. That's really all I look for. It's always the pullback method. And most times it comes in the beginning of the day. And whenever I can do that, it makes it very simple for me. I'm looking to gain like $100, $200, and that's it. Now, if I start to really get into it and I want to gain thousands of dollars, like a Ricky Gutierrez, if you're interested in checking out his channel, he has like 900,000 subscribers. If I'm interested in that, where you can gain like $8,000, $10,000, but then also lose $1,000 or $2,000, then yeah, I mean, I'm okay with doing that. But right now, it's more on the line of just gaining a profit, so it's treated as extra income rather than just an income by itself, So thank you for getting me over 1,000 likes, by the way. I appreciate that. You should look into OBS software. I do have Streamlabs OBS. That's what I'm using right now. It's really easy. It takes 20 minutes to set up and learn. Yeah, I use that. You can stream with people like Trey. Huh. I have the software. I don't know how to do all that stuff. I set up like everything with my webcam, all of that stuff, but I didn't know you could stream with people on this. But yeah, I think he's streaming at like 9 o'clock, so definitely go and check out his. I just got an update because I wanted to see if anybody else is streaming. Cause sometimes I'll see Brian Jung stream at 8:30, but I don't think I've seen him stream today. Yeah, it's a little weird that he's not live. Yeah, maybe he is, and I'm just not seeing it. So what's everybody else's target today? Is anybody trying to go for that $12 mark? Are you looking for $50 to be your goal today? Like what's the deal? Got 1,700 people in here. Please hit that like button if you could. What do you think about QuantumScape? I don't know what that is. That is have no thoughts on it because I don't know what it is. $13, that's your goal. That's good. $15 is where you want to the moon. $6 is the goal. You're looking for it to go down so that what you can invest into it. Crack-a-lackin'. Victor's $17 is the goal. $15, $12, $12. So it seems like a bunch of people are following the $12, $12 to $15. So that's what I'm thinking we're gonna get to. $17 to $20, $12 to $14. Expectation is $12.50. That's high. That's gonna be the high today. $25, cross your fingers. $13 to the moon. So everybody has their own. It's great to have a strategy. That's why I'm asking. I mean, some people say $11. It's great to have a strategy. Great to have a point to where you feel comfortable with where it's going to be today. But we obviously have basically 30 minutes until the market opens, and hopefully we can gain some money here. Some people will probably end up selling off. If we do get to that $12 point, it won't be for long, to tell you the truth. Those highs don't stay there. I don't think we'll close at $12. I think we'll probably get there, but I think that $12 will be a point to where we hit and it will sell off fast. You know, 1,779 people in here. It's definitely moving a lot better. I like the chat moving this way, so good. $18 on Monday, holding till tomorrow. What's your strategy, Matt? For this, mainly it's invest low, sell high, right? That's the simple strategy. If you're talking about my overall strategy for trading, it's the bounce back method. I'm looking to bounce back to whatever trend line I'm looking at. Most times it's a simple moving average. It's a 20 moving average that I'm looking at. I'm looking to bounce back to it. And sometimes I'll have set up where it's the VWAP or I'll have a 50 moving average, whatever it actually is. But I'm looking to play the bounce back method within the first 30 minutes. Sometimes it'll go through the day and I'll just watch how the stock is moving, and I'll look at some of the candlesticks here and say, what's going to happen here? Is this going to be its peak point? Is it resisting at this level? Yes, then I'm looking to play it, come back to the trend line. If it's something that's going lower, then I'm looking to play it going up. So that's basically my strategy. It makes it very easy for me, very simple. I can gain $100, $200 a day, and it's created as extra income. Yeah, yesterday's stream chat went really, really fast. There was a lot of people in here. I think it was like 14,000 or something. I'm not 100% sure, but it was a lot. There was a lot of people, and especially when I hit 100K, a lot of people were saying congrats, and it was just overwhelming with the amount of people that were saying it. So yeah, I like this because I can actually respond to more comments here. With the other one, with yesterday's, I could really only respond to anything that was a super chat. Today I can respond to things that are not super chats. Doge is making huge moves. That's good. That's really good if you are invested there. But for people that aren't and that are focused on AMC and GME, but hopefully they make some moves. Once it hits that, I'm off this roller coaster. All right, that's good to have an exit strategy. It's great to have an exit strategy because this is the way that it's been moving and the way that they've been manipulating things is definitely bad. It's really bad. And the way that I'm taking it is just like they're manipulating things. They're not going to let it get up to the price targets that we really wanted to get to. So the $100 or $50 or whatever, they're not going to let it get up there. So yeah, it's tough. It definitely is a roller coaster. Big Boy, thank you for the super chat here. We're going to 50. Beach Chest Ape, I love Golden Banana. I hope that we get to 50. I don't know if it'll be today, but I hope that we do. There's a lot of positivity around these stocks. So the buying power is crazy. And if the buying power is as high as we want it to be, we just need to worry about what they're doing in order to manipulate sells. So you're right. This week has been mentally exhausting. Yeah, it definitely is. right now I'm extremely tired because I've been, live streaming for at least 2 hours a day. I'm not saying that I'm ever gonna really take a break right now, but it has, taken its toll on me a little bit, and sometimes you just need a little bit of a break. But today I want to see some big moves before we stop one day of live streaming, or I get to a point to where I can sell and show whatever profit that I made on that sell. Hopefully it's around that $17 to $20 mark. That would be amazing, but I think today is going to go to 12. Thank you for the super chat, Legal Monkey. I appreciate that so much. I bought Doge when it was really low. That's good that you bought Doge when it was really low. And you're going to leave it for a few years. I mean, I would always take my profits in every case. I really don't like holding things overnight. I've been holding this overnight. This is literally the first thing that I've held overnight in quite a long time. We have 1,700 people in this live stream. Thank you guys for staying here. Hopefully we can get some positivity moving on up. But let's see what they're doing in the pre-market. So it's making a downward move. Let's see, is it not willing to push above this? I would like to see another touch point before I see that, or draw something there, but I'm going to draw something there anyways. Just do a horizontal line just to see it at this 890 mark before the open actually happens. Do we have a couple of touch points here? We do. It's going to go below it. Maybe not. Maybe it won't go below it. 880. So it seems like that was the mark over here as well. Where was it at? Seems like that was the mark. Yeah, it has a few touch points here. So it looks like it's really resisting the 880 mark, even though it surpassed the 880 mark. It's not looking to do anything there. And again, we don't have a huge amount of volume. It's 15,000 shares, 15,000 volume there. We said it looks like ladder attack. I don't know. Oh God, it might look like a ladder attack to some, but when I go into this, I mean, I guess that's probably true. The way that it decreased in volume so fast at a rate, and some people were telling me that every time we see the initial sell-offs, it was at like, I don't know, 934, 944, 954, like type of thing like that. Thank you for the super chat. When I look into new stocks to trade, what are you, when looking into new stocks to trade, what are you looking for, and how long until you make the move into the stock? That's a good question, a really good question. A lot of things that I'm looking for. One is the daily change, price change. Now, not just in the high to low, well, not just in the open to close, it's also in the high to low. So I want to see a full price change of, let's say, $5 or so. So that in that range, I can see it move from low to high multiple times. I also want to see multiple peaks and valleys, so I'll look into the chart and see that after I do get whether the price change is huge. So I'll go through the daily highs to lows, I'll get a full list of it, and then I'll break down what the difference is. And if the average is more than like $5 or $7 or it's $10, then it's something that I want to buy into. And when I do buy into that, I got to make sure that it's a lower price so that I can buy 100, 200 shares. I'm trying to make it easy on myself whenever I look into these stocks. So I'll get something that's 100 or 200 shares so that I can buy, or that's probably $100 or $200, or maybe even less than that, to where I can buy 100 or 200 shares or 1,000 shares and see it move $1. And if it moves $1, then I'll gain 100 or 200 or $1,000. So I tend to move into these stocks really quick, like literally the next day or the same day if I figure it out. But I will only make a move when I see it pull away from the moving average line. So I'll go into that stock, look at the chart, and see what they're doing on a normal day. If it does pull away multiple times, I'll find whatever it's resisting at or the support level, and then I'll basically either short or buy the stock depending on that. So hopefully that answers the question. I try and make it as simple as possible when it comes to day trading. Nothing that's over complex to where you're trying to figure out all the patterns, because the patterns, what I noticed with the patterns is that they create these patterns so they're well-known patterns, so these hedge funds can actually see what people are thinking is going to happen. So this is why, you know, people don't make money day trading, is because the hedge funds understand when a pattern is coming, people are predicting that pattern. So it's a W pattern, it's a head and shoulders. They're looking to basically say, all right, people are going to realize this is a head and shoulders, so I'm going to do the exact opposite, and I'm going to make money out of the deal while they lose money, like type of thing. And they can manipulate the market that way. So that's why I don't really look at patterns that much. I see the pattern, and sometimes I'll actually go the complete opposite depending on what I believe will happen. And it's all speculation in that aspect. So my strategy is to bounce back. And I actually am uploading a video later today. I think at like, it might be at 11. I'm not 100% sure. But it's a simple method, very simple. There's a number of people that use it. I don't think it's a well-known method, but when it does become a crazy, like, well-known method and people start making money off of it, obviously the hedge funds will try to limit people from doing that. Use scanners to read charts every morning. I do use scanners to figure out what the price action is, what the move is, and then after I figure out what the move is, then I read the chart to see what it looks like, and then I'm looking at obviously the average price. So yeah, I made a video on it. It's gonna be, I believe it's gonna be dropping at 11. I'm pretty sure. So hopefully you gain some value out of that. But yeah, make sure you hit that like button on this video. We have 1,700 people in here. Hopefully we can get to 1,700 likes. That will be amazing. SNDL stock. I don't have an opinion on SNDL stock. Typically, if I was going through suggestions and what I think of different stocks, I would go through it. But what I would do if I was going to take suggestions is I would take those suggestions ahead of time and then create a live stream on what's actually what I'm seeing in those charts. Because a lot of times if I look it up and have to look at it and go through different things and, you know, then have to go through news, it ends up being, you know, a longer process than what it should be. Trying to pick up 250 of GME at $92 at the open. Should I limit lower? Your strategy, looking forward to your video. I would say yes, limit lower, because you don't know where it's actually going to be. Right now, where's it at? $92. I feel like with all of this action in the sells, like you look at 4,000, you know, you have $7,000 worth of buying power, but you have a lot of action with sells. It might be a point to where it is going to drop down significantly right when it opens. Now we have 21 minutes until it opens, so hopefully things go as planned. But yeah, I think setting a limit lower might be the best case. It looks like it's trying to push really low here. $8. Oh, it did push below that. Wow. It did push below this. Is it going to break this point? Oh, what is this? 878. At 878, it's going to push 880. But yeah, that would be my opinion. Well, GME until when? Until you hit your price target. I mean, I don't know what your price target actually is, or what your break even is. Yeah, I guess you're right. M. Manning says, I don't give a F. Please don't buy GME unless you are a real pro trader. I believe you. I mean, I think if you think that you shouldn't buy it, then, you know, don't buy it. Where did it go? Did that go away? I think if you can't afford it, definitely don't buy it. I always say that, but I wouldn't say if you're 100% a real pro trader. Nobody can predict the market. The stock market is not predictable. Very odd. This is not in my subscription. Ah, well, you're talking about my video, so you're not seeing my video. Is that what it is? But yeah, I wouldn't say that you just have to trade this when you're a real pro trader. You can trade this even if you're not a pro trader. Just buy at the dips and sell at the highs, whatever you think the highs are. But obviously, you have to have some knowledge of the stock market in order to actually sell at the lows and highs and understand where the lows and highs are. You don't have to be a pro trader. There are a lot of people that actually find success that don't know anything. So yes, stock markets are only predictable to hedge funds. Good point, Connor. Good point. They manipulate it so that they can predict it. And what we do as traders, whether you're a pro trader or whether you're a novice trader, whatever you are, we try and find a way to predict what these hedge funds are going to do. Yeah, this video didn't show up in my subs either. Had to look it up, look up the channel. Wow, that's crazy. I don't think all these channels are being shadow banned. I just think that we have an influx of people that are, if you are subscribed to multiple people that do live streams, most likely you only get a couple that come up. That's just how the algorithm works. I have a glitch. Well, we have 1,500 people in here. I mean, I'm okay with it. Yeah, it could be dropping down, but I've seen the same thing happen to JJ Buckner. I follow him, and he does a lot of like long-term trading, more dividend investing as well with Robinhood and other platforms as well. So I follow him, and I've seen his volume go down, and I knew it was a possibility. I always stream earlier than everybody else, so it's always great to get on and talk about things and obviously get off. I can't stream all day. I wish I could. Change limit orders to 90. Okay, that's good. Hopefully, it looks like it is resisting. Oh, that's not even it. That's AMC, but it looks like that's resisting right there. So we do have it resisting at 93. So if it's resisting at 93, just don't chase the stock seeing it go up. If it does go up, don't chase the stock. And again, if you feel as though 92 is your best option, go for it. I see it pulling away at 93. I just don't see what the actual volume will be from that point. We're seeing 152 of volume. That's like nothing. So with this action right here, it's making me think that it is going to go down and drop down below 90. So you might be good by doing that. But we have 1,600 people in here. If you hit the like button and get it above 2,000 likes, the more likes this has, the more people it goes out to. So please do so. Love the streams, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate the fact that you love the streams. What do you think about AMC? Will it get up to, what will it get up to today? I think AMC, I believe, will get up to 12. That's my price target for today. At a high, with all of the action that I see in the pre-market, it looks like that's a possibility. This is GME, but with all the action that I see, that's definitely a possibility. The problem that we do see is the fact that you do have this upward trend, but you have it dropping down significantly. So what I kind of like to see this, but then I don't like to see this. The reason I like to see this is because it creates a lot of volatility, which means that there's less manipulation, right? If there's less manipulation, then that means that more weight can be held with buying power than selling power, which is a good thing. So you see the activity here and how we have that massive increase of buys. So it might be a stair move. So boom, back down, you see this W skyrocket, and then back down a little bit, and then it starts to push up even higher than what this high was, which is always good. So if you have that high highs and higher lows, then you're good, and it'll continue to keep going. So thank you. People are saying they love the streams. I appreciate that. Continue to hit that like button. Continue to comment in the chat. I appreciate everybody that's here. And it's easier to read the stream, to tell you the truth. It's way easier. $11 has so much resistance though. Yeah, I can definitely see that. The problem is that it's a new day. It does have so much resistance. In prior days, based on the fact that maybe they were manipulating it at $11. So we have to see what's actually happening. And that could be a possibility. And I said that once we open, we'll be able to see exactly what will happen, where it's resisting from, and where it could grow to, what the buying power is, and all of that stuff. So there's a lot of things you can look into, but if I had to give my opinion on where I believe it's going to be without looking at anything else, I would definitely say it's $12. But $11, I mean, that's not bad either. And Matthew is hotter than Drake. Thank you. I appreciate that. AMC, it's at $8.73. Yeah, it's hovering between this mark. So we have this support level here that it's not going against. It's not pushing away from. And then we have this resistance level up here at 880. It's not really a resistance level because it doesn't really have multiple touch points, which I always like to see 2 or 3 touch points before I can make an opinion there. Thank you. Where is that? You're every day for, wait, up every day for this stream. Best on YouTube. I appreciate that so much, Anthony. I appreciate that a lot. I try to get up every day to get on here at 7:30, and give you my opinion. I know it's probably better to get on at like 8:30 and give you the prediction within the first hour to see what actually happened, because within that first hour you can see so much. But the pre-market's from 4 a.m. So I mean, you can see exactly what's happening from 4 a.m. all the way up to 7:30. The only thing is that we did have this downward spiral as we started to stream. Love the streams. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. GM is falling below 91 right now. Wow, it really pushed. Or pulled, actually. That's what I meant to say. That's crazy at that low level. Thank you for calling that out. Oh, that dropped significantly. How many people? So the volume was 5,000, 6,000 shares. That's crazy. Continue to see it to drop. Do you think there's going to be a pullback after that? Oh, it dropped below it. It's fighting it though. So the low was $90.80. That 90 mark might be a good mark. AMC at, yeah, that's still above the support level there. It didn't push the support level. I would be very wary of what's going to actually happen if that dropped down significantly at the same time that dropped down for GME. That's where I would be a little bit weirded out by. I see what you're trying to do there, Shane Kelly. I see what you're trying to do there. You're trying to make me spell out. I understand what you're doing. That's an old trick. I cup. I understand that. That's funny though. Did you get somebody else with that? Like another streamer? And I was about to say it, but then I was like, wait. It's supposed to go up. It's supposed to go up crazy. iCup is supposed to go up crazy. I bet. That's funny. We got 1,700 people in here. Please hit that like button. Shout out from San Diego. Nearly Nearly 3:30 in New Zealand. Like 3 like PM or AM? What, I don't know what time it is over there. Yeah, this software is free. So it is free. I haven't seen any delay with it. I'm looking at my price right now on Fidelity versus Webull, and they're exactly the same. So I don't see any delay. It is free. You can download the software. You can download Webull, the app, and you know, that's funny. You need to take that to other people's streams to see if they say it, because that will be hilarious. I would love to see if they do say it. What's the what's your position on iCup? Oh man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Nikon Life. I appreciate that. What's the name of the software? It's, if you go on the Webull website, you go to downloads, you'll be able to download the software. I don't know what it's actually called, but I think it's Webull Desktop, I believe. You said you're going to do it on Trades. I want to hear this. I would love to hear this. So if you're going to do it right now, I definitely want to hear it. So I'm going to bring it up and I'm going to put my headphones on. So if someone goes over there and says it, I go over to Trades and I'm going to listen to what he says or what people say. And if he does say iCup, you're not going to be able to hear it, but I don't see anybody saying it. Go 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 over to Trades and say iCup is going up like 400%. Nobody's saying it. Come on, man. Come on, nobody's saying it. All right. Nobody's saying it over there. Let's see. We got another super chat. Thank you, Illegal Monkey. Webull reverts my settings sometimes. Be aware. Really? I never seen that. I mean, the only thing I've seen it do is it takes away my trending lines, whatever I have here as my moving average. I see it takes that away, but I haven't seen it revert settings yet, at least. I mean, it could have, but let's continue to look at what AMC's doing. So it's not going past this mark here. It did, for some reason, have a huge wick right here for the candlestick. So I don't take that as a huge movement above that price action there, even though I don't believe this is an actual setting. I believe I want to move this down to here so it doesn't go above that. So basically 880 and 866. You don't want to see it go below that. So what do we have? We have 6 minutes left until it opens up. This is moving. See. All right. Turn down for what? iCup going off. No, it's not. Do you sell puts? I don't do options trading that often. I actually at all. I want to get into it because I do hear that it's great, but people tell me that once I get into options that I will not stop trading options. That will be the only thing that I do. And I don't know if that's what I want, because I like to day trade. I like the movement of trading. I like to look up different stocks and things like that. So it's a good situation for me to be able to do that. Talk about GME. Why always AMC? Well, AMC is something I have a position in. I can talk about GME as well. Sorry about that. but GME does have this support level. I believe that's below this, the low, which is $90.88 or 80 cents. It is pushing right now. You can see it move up, which it does have a really big bodied candlestick here, but it is pushing back down. You could see with the wick being up top. When you look at these candlesticks, if the wick is up top, then that means the sellers kind of have control. It's pushing that price down. But then if you see the wick, or if you see the wick down at the bottom, you can see all the action there. So most likely the next one's going to be a positive one, but that obviously went against what we thought. So then you look at this wick, and the wick is above. It's the selling action going down, which means the next one's going to be a red one. So a lot of times they can be predictable, but sometimes they can't. So for GME, I would love for it to get up to that 150 mark today, but we have to see how it opens. If it opens at a positive note, or if it opens at a negative note to where it drops below 90 and then jumps up to 100 or whatever, would be amazing. But yeah, hold AMC until. Can I do some quick GMC or GME analysis? When I look at GME at the 100,000 foot view, right? 100,000 foot view, you see what happened in the pre-market here. It clearly jumped up in the pre-market, right, to above 100. Now that's a huge wick, so it's not something that you can take as it being an actionable price, right? But it did get up to 100, which is good news. The upward trajectory is definitely good. The problem that I have right now is it is a downward spiral a little bit, sort of flat. Once you get from here to here, it's sort of flat, right? And even when it gets over to here, you're going to see this flat point. The thing that I want to see is it rejecting at multiple levels, which I don't see. If I use a bunch of touch points here, it looks like it's rejecting at $93.41 most cases, so that 93 mark. But then once you get into this period, obviously rejected that 93 mark where I thought that it was going to stay, dropped down to a low of basically 90. Let's bring this up, $90.88, which, you know what, let's bring this back down. Yeah, $90.80. So you don't want to see it go below that, but I think this might be a touch point here. I think this might be a touch point here. So it's basically fighting that $93.01, but it's going to be different when it opens. So I'm hoping that we either see that upward trajectory to where it jumps up to like 120 or so or whatever with all of the volume, or it pushes down or pulls down. You know, it pulls down below 90, and then we see that hit at the bottom, and then you start to see the buys. So that would be my quick analysis of it. You obviously see a downward movement here. The whole entire thing is really, even though it's kind of break even from here, you see that break even point. It's literally right across the board. It still looks like it's like a slightly upward trajectory. It's just we hit a wall right here. At that 95 mark, we hit a wall. So I need GME so I can lose less. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is GME moves a lot. For the last couple of days, it's been moving at a rate which is just absolutely ridiculous. 40%, 50%, you know, 199%, whatever it actually is, moving a lot. If AMC goes to 25 by tomorrow, I'll tattoo your face on me. Don't do that. Do not do that. I don't want that. But you can do something else that's extreme. You can go outside and like yell or something. I don't know. Do something that's not going to be there forever. But if it does go to 25 tomorrow, a lot of people will be happy. So the market did open. Let's see what moves it actually makes. It looks like GME is pushing down a little bit, has a negative candlestick. Oh, wow, it's going below. See, it's pushing down or pulling down. So it's below 90, it's below, below 89, is it? Let's see what AMC is doing. AMC is doing the same thing. That's not a good sign. if they're doing the same thing, they really go down by the same percentage. It looks like 4% versus 3%. GME is pushing down. I always get those confused, pulling down. So it went below 90, but now it's starting to come back up a little bit. Maybe $90. It looks like it's kind of rejecting that 89 mark. That might be a possibility. Yeah, that might be a possibility. That's rejecting that 89 mark for GME, which is really good. And then I don't know about any type of resistance level, so I have to figure that out. It did push past the 89 mark. Wow, it's going down. It might pass 88. Or it might pass 89. Going down to, wow, really, really, really strong downward movement here. Really strong downward movement. Why would we see this many sells? 89, we have buy volume of 12K and sell volume of 8K. How does that even make sense? Oh no, that's total volume. We have no buy volume. Nobody's buying at $89. Nobody's buying at $87. So we're waiting for the price to go down. We're waiting for, there's nobody buying. Is that what we're saying? Are people restricted buying right now? Is anybody having trouble buying? We're seeing both of them go down dramatically. We're gonna take away this trend line here. Sorry if I seem a little distant. We have 1,800 people in here. Please hit that like button. I don't think it's paper hands right now. I think this is kind of manipulation. You know, you have people that are selling, but there's nobody buying. Nobody buying. Not a single person that bought. And now we're getting up to a point to where we have people that are buying at that $86 mark. We have 166 people that bought versus 3,000 people that sold at $90. And now we're seeing people buy at the $88 mark. You have 2,000 people buy at the $88 mark versus 3,000. So that might be, you might see rejection at $89. It looks like it pulled back to here, and that might be the new low. Hopefully there's multiple touch points, but I don't know if it will get up to this point. Let's see if that's a point that it could reach to. $92 right now. AMC is doing the same thing basically. At the same point in time, it's starting to increase. So we're waiting to see it get push above this level. Waiting to see it push above that level, the $8.56. Make sure you hit that like button. Keep hitting that like button. We want to see the rally. YouTube is hiding your stream, bro. That's fine. I mean, they can continue to. I can't do anything about it. The people that's in here, the only thing you can do is continue to watch, continue to like, and it's involved with this manipulation. I mean, I would like to think it's that, but I don't. Oh, it's really pulling down. That's really decreasing. It might get to like $7. Yeah, this manipulation is definitely crazy. But what's crazy is we're going to see this low movement, and this creates an opportunity for a lot of people if they wanted to get in at the $7 mark. So who knows if it is going to get down there, but if it does, and it's pushing past the previous level. So I'm going to keep that level there, but I'm going to bring this level down. It sucks that they are hiding my stream if that's the case, but it's really pushing down. Nothing but negative moves here. Like you're seeing lower lows and lower highs. Not in most cases, I guess. In just a couple of cases. So you might be pushing that $7 mark soon. I believe that it will. I believe that it will go back up. It's just I don't know who's selling at this point. It's literally just the point to where, are they adding on short sales at this time? Because the price going down by this much makes no sense. The price movement, the price action is definitely strong going down, definitely strong. But it looks like the people are suppressed at buying. People are really suppressed at buying. It's $0, and yes, it's within the first like 5 minutes or 30 minutes, so it's always going to have strong movement. YouTube is definitely hiding your stream. Yeah, that's fine. There's a number of people that are streaming and they're getting a number of views, so I don't think it's anything to wear this manipulation at all. Just stay strong here, because we are going to see this upward movement. I believe that we're going to have something that pushes up. We just need to see the right candlestick here. So all of these candlesticks are telling me that it is going to continue to go down. The only one that I questioned, obviously, was when it opened right from the start. I thought that, you know, with the buying power more up, it made sense that it would increase. But like I said, I believe that it would go down. Didn't think to this level. We can look at AMC. AMC's resisting at that, or has a support level of $8 and it doesn't want to go below that $8 mark, and it might still push below it. I mean, it looks like the action is really strong downward. Diamond hands, guys. I'm trying to scare you. Diamond hands. Yeah, it looks good. That looks bad, but the thing I like to see is definitely volatility. So we have a lot of people that are buying at this mark. We have a lot of people that are buying here. $8. We had a lot of people that bought at $8.52. Come on. You're partnering this up with how many sales? How are you having that many sales? There's definitely some sort of manipulation that's going on here. They're controlling the market, and the fact that they're off the SSR list from what I've seen, right? Really enjoy your content. Been watching for the last few days. Great stuff, man. Thank you, Game Raider. I appreciate that so much. The fact that you like my stream, you've been watching me for the last couple of days. I appreciate that. This man is the GOAT. Thank you. What app are you using? I'm using Webull, the Webull desktop. We did have positive movement there. It looks like it's resisting the $8.06 mark. So let's continue to see this push up. This looks like the candlestick didn't really look like we were going to have a positive candlestick after that. But if we continue to have these positive candlesticks, obviously the price is going to continue to go up. It's going to look good in our favor. We just want to see this upward trajectory from where it stands. If we end up getting another candlestick going up, we can see the trend line that we would draw literally from the bottom to the bottom. Let's move this over. Can't even draw it. I'm just getting used to this platform here, but we're seeing this negative movement back down, which doesn't really tell me. And it looks like we might be fighting here. There's a consolidation point to where a lot of the buyers are looking to buy at this point and drive the price up. And that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing a good movement here, really good movement here. It resisted at the 806. Let's see if it can get up past this level. You're probably going to want to see, you want multiple touch points. So a lot of times I see this and I see multiple touch points to where it will resist from. So we'll see if it gets up to that point. What do you think AMC will go up to? I'm hoping that it will go up to the $12 mark. Seeing this much downward movement makes me want to think that it's going to resist, like other people said, at the $11 mark. It might still struggle to get through the $10 mark, but I think it actually will. So my ultimate goal for today is 12, but we're definitely putting up a fight here. You can see that we have that strong upward movement. Everybody's buying at these low prices. Everybody's buying, everybody's pushing the price up. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, you can see what's going on here. I mean, you have, like, I don't know if you could see this over here, but the buys and sells $8.52. It looks like it's really fighting at that point, $8.52. So wherever that actually is, it'll be a back and forth battle where the sellers were actually winning. So $8.52. The sellers were actually winning a battle. So I believe my price action, where was that? 3 touch points that I have was $8.56. Where do we have the best battles from? Yeah, now the price action is going back down. We have a lot of people that are selling. Thank you for the $2 super chat here. Hedge funds don't need a low price. They need your shares. True. Yeah, it's true. If we all hold, they don't have any shares that are available, right? But obviously, everybody's not going to hold. We can have a large majority that holds, but everybody's not going to hold. They need to buy back those shares. And supply and demand, right? Buy the dip before AMC goes to the moon. So we just need to see how this is all going to work. I'm going to stream till hopefully for a little bit longer. How many people do we have in here? We have 1,800 people in here. That's been the case all day. Please hit that like button. Get it up to as many likes as you could possibly get it to. Because apparently YouTube is hiding my stream. GME and AME, same movement. Come on. Taking a while to load. This might not be good. All right. Yeah, basically the same movement. It does have a little bit less of an upward trajectory for GME. But you are seeing a little bit of an increase there versus a little bit of an increase here. I wouldn't say it's the exact same movement, but yeah, it's close. It's very close. You know, you have that up and then dip down a little bit. And you also, for AMC, you have that up and dip down a little bit. So yeah, it looks like it's the same thing. Dude, I bought a penny stock 6 years ago for $1,200 and literally just sold it for $2,400. Out of the blue. Celebrate with me. That's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, the return on that for 6 years is obviously good. But I would think that sometimes you buy some of those lower stocks at $1,200 and then it skyrockets, like kind of what GME did or whatever, and you end up making a lot more than that. But the amount of years that went by, it's an amazing accomplishment because it did double in price. So I'm happy for you. But I think you could have made a lot more. Not from that investment, obviously, from maybe a different investment, but $2,400. That's amazing, and you can put it wherever you want because you did cash that out, and it's a long-term gain. So you're gonna pay less taxes on it than if it was a short-term gain. So that's good. Let me make sure. Come on. Thank you, everybody who's watching and anybody that hit the like button. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Fubu is on its way up. Have you been looking at Fubu? Is that a stock that we're actually looking at right now? Is it a popular stock? Let's see if I can watch this. No, that's not it. I'll check that later. I'm an active trader pro here to see what my losses are. My losses today are $800. Total losses $2,000. When do the hedge funds have to buy back their shares? They're doing it sparingly. So from what I understand, the shorted shares have decreased, but people are telling me that the amount of shorted shares, the way that we're doing our calculation, is the wrong way. So I'm not 100% sure what the actual number is. I do see that YouTube is hiding the screen because Matthew Matthew the G is too good. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, Andrew. Imagine having to pay taxes on investing gains. You do have to pay taxes on. Funny. Google has been crypto. What do you mean? Corpo? I don't know what that means. You're being suppressed. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine if I'm being suppressed. I'm okay with it as long as I have a group in here and I'm able to talk to people. You know, I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine with it. I can be suppressed. I'm just happy that everybody got me over to 100,000 subscribers, and I appreciate that a lot. What stock software is he looking at? This is Webull. This is the Webull stock software. So yeah, I looked at Thinkorswim. It just didn't really sit well with me. I know you can use other platforms to partner with Thinkorswim to do all of this extra stuff, but Webull definitely gives you a lot more ability to draw, you know, trend lines if you want to, wherever the touch points are. So I know that we can create something that tells us where the channels actually are, and obviously we can't build a channel if we don't have enough movement. So it looks like we're starting to flatten out here. A lot of buyers and sellers at that $8.38 mark. You see that they're fighting at $8.37, $8.36. They're winning the battle. Sellers are winning the battle. So yeah, yes, turn on notifications. Rebecca's right. We need a random name for your followers. A random name for my followers. I don't know. We'll have to think of something. How do you make Webull black? If you go down to the bottom here and you go to settings, then you can see a lot of information here. You can go to your theme here. So, and then you can change it. It's very simple. So yeah, this stream is hiding. Apparently I'm being hid by YouTube, but there's a number of people that are streaming right now. I know when Brian Jung would usually stream, I would get a lot of people over there, but you do have a guy by the name of Trades. If you're familiar with him, he's streaming. He gets a lot of viewers as well. A couple of other people. So yeah, and sometimes Meet Kevin will stream. So you can hit that bell. That'll help me out a lot. It will. Perry Army. That's a good name. Perry Mooners. I don't think that's good. Marys. The Perrys. The Perrys. The Chandler Gang. Perryons. The Bings. I don't think we can do that. Perry's Patriots. Parrots. Parrots. I was gonna say if it said Patriots. I'm not a Patriots fan. I despise the Patriots. Let's see what's actually happening here before we need to talk about some stocks. So we got a little bit of movement here. It's kind of flattening out. It's nothing that's too crazy. It's nothing that where we see a ton of volume. The volume in the beginning of the day, 1 million, 1.1 million on the negative side. It's crazy how, are we really being suppressed with the amount that we're buying? Because it's crazy how we see nobody buying at these low prices. Nobody. You are way better than Trey. He talks way too fast. I think he tries to get a lot of things out of his head at the same time, and I like it because I can follow it. Sometimes if you can't follow it and understand everything that he's saying, when he's talking about upward moving channels, he's talking about what type of candlestick it is or whatever, it's very difficult for a lot of people to follow. But yeah, it seems like he does talk fast, but I like watching him because some other people will not give me all of the information that I want, and I can definitely see that he goes through and really analyzes things, and I like it. every time I transfer money from my brokerage to my bank, do they count that as taxable gains? No, it's all the gains that you gain on the stock. So if you sell a share and you make 15% gains or whatever, you'll get taxed on the 15%, not the amount that you transfer from your bank to your bank account, or from the brokerage account to your bank. A lot of people get that confused where they're like, oh, well, if I invest into a stock and then, with $10,000 and I bring out $15,000, I'm taxed on the 15,000. No, you're taxed on the 5,000 that you gained. So Paul, thank you for the super chat. That's definitely something that a lot of people get confused about. You're only taxed on the gains that you make, or you can also write off some of the losses as well. Agent P's, that's a good one. I like that. Harry's Princesses. Perry's Princess. I thought it was princesses. I can't see anything. Perry's Princess, Princess with diamond hands. That's pretty good. Oh, it's moving. It's moving. Periwinkles. Perrinators. I guess we'll have to figure this out. But yeah, we see a very similar movement with both of them. Now, GME looks like, we're obviously seeing more of a downward trend, downward spiral here, with a couple of candlesticks that indicate that buyers are going to be controlling. This candlestick kind of indicated that it was going to continue to go down, but this one has a long wick at the bottom, small body up at the top, which tells me that buyers are actually controlling at that price. Oh, and it switched. How is that possible? We're not even within that minute anymore. Oh, that's manipulation right there. Harry's hot dogs. Don't sell, hold. Yep, you're right. Hold, hold, hold. Yeah, today's stream definitely seems like it's getting less concurrent viewers. Total playbacks of 12,000. Elon and Cuban need to buy. Well, Cuban, I don't think he's going to buy. So GME is done. I don't believe it's done. No, I don't believe so. The thing that I struggle with this whole entire thing is like holding overnight is something that I never do. But GME, as I look at it, as I see all the information, I don't believe it's done. I just think they're forcing us to think that it's done. With all of this manipulation, it makes no sense why we would have 100K or 20K in sells, but then no buys, nobody bought anything. You're telling me that we've been completely suppressed to where nobody bought at the open, nobody bought. There's always people that buy at the open. Matt's Bulls. I like the Bulls, the Chicago Bulls. So, had an old guy from work say invest in airlines and cruises for the summer. False spike after vaccine is distributed. Any thoughts on that potentially? Yeah, I think as we start to get to points where people are traveling again, even though there's still the pandemic that's happening, they're taking all their precautions that they need to take. Yeah, I think the price could go up. I invested in American Airlines, and I'm holding shares of American Airlines, and I've seen that increase quite a bit. So, yeah, who's that? At Connor Group. Stop with your fake news, CNN news spam. Okay. I was hard to find today. Yeah, I heard that they're not showing everybody my stream. Don't know why. That's ridiculous. But I mean, it happens. I don't know why you would be. I'm gonna look up something to see if I can find why that's the reason. But yeah, I think to answer that question, Kyle, I think that is definitely a good long-term play is airlines and maybe cruises. I'm not a cruise fan. I know what goes on at cruises and it's not good. But yeah, we have this line right here where we have multiple touch points, I guess. We have multiple touch points. This is the lowest point, so I don't believe it's going to go above that, but I would like it to obviously increase there. It needs to surpass this high in order to, where's it going to make moves? So 85.51. It's going to need to make some moves. Do you think that AMC will go up to 50? At this rate, I really don't think it will go up to 50. I think the ultimate goal is like 30. That's the ultimate goal. Again, this is not financial advice. This is merely just my opinion. I'm just a guy on YouTube. Please hit that like button if you can. But what goes on at cruises? You should look up a video by the Patriot Act. I don't know if you've ever seen that show. They talk about cruises. It's on YouTube. If you look up Patriot Act cruises, and they go through a whole entire setup of what could happen and what does happen that they actually hide from you on cruises. So definitely check that out. And I wanted to show that to my brother because he goes on cruises. So yeah, definitely look that up. How high do I think AMC and GME will go? Today I was hoping that GME would get up to that 140, 150 mark. But with lack of buys, I mean, you see the buy volume and it just doesn't make sense to me. You know, at $85, you're seeing buy volume of, 566 compared to sell volume of 20,040. You're telling me that people are not buying at these low prices? These are low prices. Like $83, $82. Are they manipulating things? Because I just seen, oh wait, 83 was there. So $82, 11,000 people bought at $82. That's like the lowest it's been in quite some time. And 82 people bought, or 11,000 people bought into that versus 18,000 sells. It looks like everything, they're just trying to get us over the sell mark. $81, 0 people bought at $81. But it got to $81, but 0 people bought there. How does that make sense? 0 prices were filled at $81. Perry is starting to realize that AMC will never go up. No, I'm not realizing that AMC will never go up. It's just kind of depressing that you do see the manipulation that's happening here because it makes no sense whatsoever. And everything that you see right here, like look at this. You see all the buys and they're letting the buyers control, and you see it get up to this candlestick where it's a hammer candlestick, meaning that it's going to have a strong movement up, but it doesn't. It has a movement down. And then it stays steady to movement down. And it doesn't make any sense. It's going against all logic. And I understand that sometimes that happens, but it happens more often than not. That's AMC, and then GME is basically the same way. I mean, you can see this and you will have that movement down because of the sellers are controlling, right? But a lot of these tell me that the buyers are controlling. And the buyers should be controlling. Is anybody still being limited to buying? This is one hell of a scandal. Yeah, and they better get, when they do this movie, they better get everything right. They better get everything right. Hairy bears. Gotta think of something. I gotta create memberships and then add the levels of names once we figure out what the name is. That'd be great. Who the heck is selling? Yeah, you're right. Who is selling? It's all these ladder tactics. I know it is. It makes no sense what's actually going on. Every time we get to a point to where it's a rally, in every case, it drops down significantly. Or it levels off to where they're like, all right, we need to partner this up. We'll see how many buys go through. So how about we partner this up with just as many sells? So we'll trade back and forth and, just flip your screen upside down and you'll be happier. No, I won't. If you flip your screen upside down, it still goes downhill if you didn't know that. Because it started at a high point. So if it starts at a high point, you flip it upside down, it's still going downhill. Now, if I flip it like sideways, if I do it like that, then yes, the trend line will go up. But that's funny though. The ladder attacks aren't real, in my opinion. Like, it's not happening, or you believe that it shouldn't be treated as a real sell. I mean, they're just manipulating the market. You can buy on Cash App, no problem. That's good. Perry Chandlers, Perry Candlers, Perry Candlers. Odds of manipulation right now. I'm still buying AMC. Do you think it's possible that everybody that wanted to get it is in already? Huh. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like, everybody that wanted to buy the stock is in it, and they're basically doing all these short sales, so we can't actually buy any more. I was thinking about that, basically saying like we hold way too many shares, and we physically have no way to buy any more. But even if we did, that would mean we hold a very large percentage of the AMC stock, which means that the price would need to go up because we hold all of it. You know, if it's actually held, if it's not outstanding, then the price goes up. Harry's not financial advisors. Yeah, sure. That's a good one. That's a good segue because I'm not a financial advisor. This is merely just for entertainment purposes. I'm just a guy on YouTube. Right? If you can buy with no problem any platform. Okay, that's good. What platform are you using? This is Webull here. The Webull desktop version. We are seeing a movement up, which is a good thing in GME. I don't know about AMC. We are seeing a little bit of a movement. It's a green candle. But to tell you the truth, if I look like I'm like realizing that it will not go up, that's not the case. I'm very tired. GME is pushing. Yeah, it was, and now it's coming back. Now it's pulling back. The amount of manipulation here makes no sense. You're telling me that people are okay with a $82, $83 up to $85 movement. I mean, I would be okay with that because I typically would buy it in the hopes of making $1 out of it. I guess that would make sense, but I don't really trade. I don't day trade off of Webull. I want to start because this platform is amazing. The desktop platform is amazing, but I mainly just use Webull as like just trades here and there. So I have money in there right now. I'm holding AMC in Webull, and I'm holding AMC in Fidelity. If you're a baby up there, there's a baby crying. So I'm so tired. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I think that's the problem. I'm looking at James' response to Chris Owen. Yeah, I'm looking at that. I understand what people are saying. Like, oh well, it's over. That's what they're thinking. They're getting upset with the fact that maybe they're losing money or they got out at a certain point. I believe this is still the bottom. Eventually, we're going to have that that push back up, and sooner or later, the problem is that for them, we're holding all of these shares and they need shares to buy back. So manipulating these stocks is the best bet for people to get out, for them to push people out so they can buy back their shares at a lower price. So then they can actually, not make some money off of it, but limit their losses, right? Instead of billions of dollars, it's millions of dollars. So they want us to exit because if we hold all these shares, they can't buy back the shares that they need. Someone teach me how to read. You're long on Roku and JD. That's good. We have 1,600 people in here and 1,600 likes. I like that. The problem is that they all came from different people, not the people that are in here. If you are in here and you didn't hit the like button, please do so. Definitely going to hold GME. Yeah, could I explain why there's no movement? That's a good question. Why is there no movement? It makes no sense to me. The only thing I could think of is the fact that, like someone else called out, is the fact that we're holding all of the shares we want to hold. So everybody that bought their shares and they're holding on to it, right? So everything that they're doing with all of this manipulation, we're not going to see many people buy because everybody bought their shares. But this is kind of an opportune time to buy right now. I wouldn't hold it against anybody for, buying any shares down here. There's a lot of people that want to buy, and I think there's somehow some way that people are actually being suppressed and they cannot buy what they want to buy. They're still being limited in some way, or the shares are not going through, like the buys are not going through until a different point. Because what I'm actually seeing, and I don't know if this is a normal thing because I've never really taken notice, but like we'll go a couple of candlesticks, and then some of these other candlesticks will change from green to red. And it doesn't make sense why that would be, because the minute's already over. Whatever happened already happened. So I don't know why those would change. But, I don't know. I subscribe to your channel. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that so much. Dal says GME is done. AMC is the future. I believe both of them are still going to move back up, but AMC just passed. Oh, I guess it didn't. Well, it's sort of here. Just past where I thought it was going to actually be. I think it was like 50. It's GME. GME just passed that. Getting them confused. Whew. All right. So let's see where we are here. Let's put something right there. We wanted to break above that. Even though that's not really a spot. We wanted to break above this. Got a couple touch points there. $8.44. How long could this go on? Yeah, I mean, well, they have their short interest, which I believe for GME is like 220%. So they can continue to do this and scare people out of their positions, because basically they're losing a lot of money out of holding any of these shorts. But the more people that get scared and actually sell off, the more shares that they have to buy back, and they can limit their losses there. And this is what they're trying to do. It's drive the price down, scare people, get them out of their shares, buy their shares back, and then, instead of losing billions of dollars, they can lose millions of dollars, or they can lose hundreds of thousands or whatever. But a lot of these firms actually made some money on the way up as well. And that's what I don't like. All of this manipulation, we think that we're getting at these hedge funds, but this is what they specialize in, learning on the fly. And I hate to give them credit for all of this stuff, but that is what they specialize in. And I hate the fact that they can manipulate the market better than we can, and that it's legal for them to even do that. So they're going to do all this, and then they're going to buy their shares back, limit the losses, maybe even gain something out of it because they rode it on the way up by buying more shares. Seeing that it was going to increase and increase and increase, because that's what they were going to do. They understand exactly what happened in the Volkswagen squeeze, and I'm pretty sure some of them bought some of the shares so that they can ride it on the way up and create some of that profit there, and then do all this stuff in order to limit their losses on the short squeeze here. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not selling. I'm not selling at this point, I'll tell you that. I'm not selling so that they can gain money out of it, or that they can take my share and buy it back, and then all of their interest will be wiped out for however many shares I have. So yeah, It's near 100, not 200. I thought it was 220 from what I've seen for GME. I thought AMC was like 34 or something. GME is at 121%. Yes. Yeah, I realize that, Oliver. I don't understand why people don't understand this as well. If we hold on to it for long enough, the price will go up because they can't do this. They can't do this for long. Eventually, they're going to have to buy back without us. You know what I mean? They're going to have to buy back, which is going to drive up the price. As long as we don't sell, they continue to buy back, and they can't do these tactics anymore. You know, 79% AMC. Look, guys. AMC has 14 billion in assets. If they were to liquidate it, shoots up. If it doesn't hit $30 plus, simply hold it for 3 to 5 years. Don't just lose money. Some people can't hold it for 3 to 5 years. Some people actually made the mistake in investing money that they couldn't bear to lose, and they expect to gain a lot of profit out of it. It's more gambling to some people, Mitchell, and I appreciate your analysis. I understand if we hold it for quite some time, and I understand all of AMC's assets and everything like that, but some people just want to see that instant gain. And even though a lot of people preach that they may have diamond hands, right? They have paper hands when they see any type of gain in their account. Which is cool. I mean, it's great to recognize a game. Make sure that I don't have any important things to do. I mean, it is month end close, so I got to make sure that I actually get some things done. So thank you for everybody that did stop by the stream, even though it seems like I've been suppressed. I appreciate anybody that's stopping by the stream that has been liking and commenting and all of this other stuff. You guys are amazing. Anybody that sends super chats, you guys are absolutely phenomenal. The max amount of time they could keep these tactics up. I don't know if there's a max amount of time. I just know that they're going to be paying interest for as long as they actually keep it up. So I don't know what the actual interest is. I've seen a lot of people say that it was 120% or something. It was under 200%, but that's still high interest. And then for AMC, I believe it's lower. But yeah, you see how flat this is? I don't understand how it would be that flat. The volume that we have going through here, this makes no sense. 81,000 shares in a minute. The volume, why is that a thing? 177,000 shares. Let me go back to some of these other days. Can I go all the way back to, oops, don't take Nokia out. I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know I could drag. Let's go to some of the days that were actually, pretty good. None of the days that went downhill. We go out 30 minutes. I go to some of these days here. So when it went up, we obviously had 136 million shares that went through. So let's zoom in. Let's look at a 1 minute chart of that time period. Where are we at? Oh man, where'd it go? Nokia, come on, man. This is where I get confused as to where where it was. So that went up to $23 right there. So $25, $23, right? These points. Let's see what the initial buy point is, because right now we have like 100 or 75,000 volume, right? These are 5-minute candlesticks. Look at this. Look at the volume. 1,511,000. You're going to see 2 million. You see all of these like volumes of shares that are over, 300,000, 400,000. Why are we seeing low volume here? It makes no sense. Are they really suppressing the amount that we can buy by basically saying we can only buy 100 shares? Or does that mean we can only hold 100 shares? If we can only hold 100 shares, then that means that people can't really buy right now. Check YouTube and make sure your stream is set to public. Yeah, its privacy settings is set to public. Yeah, everything's set to public. Yeah, we got new people in here, new people that subscribed. Everything's set to public. They're doing something. I don't know what it is. It's still 121% shorted. That means they're still holding on to basically all of their shorts. I know they increased the amount of shorts that they had because they were shorting at a higher price, thinking that was going to continue to go down. I actually can't explain the relative strength index. I know I have it down here. I just wanted to see what the actual volume is and how it flowed. But I can't explain that because I can't say that I look at that all the time. I remember learning it, but I don't use it all the time. Momentum indicator used in technical analysis that measures the magnitude of recent price changes and evaluate overbought and oversold conditions in the price of a stock or other asset. Yeah, I'll have to look into that a little bit more before I talk on it. But they're restricting your stream now. Edgy's on to you. No, I don't think that's the case. I just think there's a lot of people that are streaming that they may have gotten sold to other people, for the fact that you may be interested in streaming and you didn't see maybe trades. You might be getting his stream because of the fact that he's a new channel. So some people might see my stream, some people might not. I might have more new people in here than I have actual subscribers, but that's fine. That's just how YouTube works. The algorithm works differently, and you can't expect to say that you're shadow banned every time. Now on TikTok, on the other hand, I'm shadow banned, but they're doing short attacks on my stream. What happened to your Volkswagen volume? What happened with the Volkswagen volume before it was shorted? Why is YouTube always trying to keep Matthew Perry princesses down? I don't know if that's the name we're going to come up with. Matthew Perry's princesses. Do you think Obama is manipulating the stock market to distract from the pedophile ring? Why would Obama restrict the stock market? He has no say in what goes on. He hasn't been the president for quite some time now. They make it hard. They're doing it to others too? Like who? Who are they doing it to? Because from what I see, I can see, trades at 17K watching right now. Yesterday, Brian Jung, I think he was at like 20K or something. Meet Kevin is usually at a higher point too. Are you saying that they might be figuring out that we are streaming and shutting it down because, and trades is a new channel, so they're not suppressing him. Maybe that's the case. Let's see what's actually happening, because I'm getting lost here. So 30 day. See what's happening today. Oh, so we're still above that 806 mark, but we're just flattening out. There's volatility between, you know, a couple of cents, not dollars, which is not a good thing for AMC. For GME, we went well below that mark that I set. So we're down to $78 of a low. Really resisting that point. It's crazy. But yeah, I see him at 18K, so that's a good thing, right? At least all of our voices are not suppressed. So yeah, I think, yeah, definitely turn on that bell. Everybody that's here that is subscribed, please turn on that bell. It helps me out a lot. Have you looked at Elon Musk's new tweet? No. What did he say? Did he say something? He tweeted about Dogecoin. Is that? Or is that the latest one 5 hours ago? I'm become meme, destroyer of shorts. What does that mean? Let me just go to his actual page just to see. Yeah, his last tweet was, I am become meme, destroyer of shorts. Sandstorm is a masterpiece. When he tweets, it just goes ham. Yeah, that's what I see. Why are people saying Obama will pump GME and AMC? He can't do anything. Yeah, there's a lot of people, I guess, that are losing hope. We definitely have to stay calm here, because what they're doing is absolutely ridiculous, and the fact that it's legal is even more ridiculous. So I ask that you hit that like button, and make sure you hit that bell notification if you are subscribed, because it seems like they're you know, suppressing my videos, I guess. Because typically you would think that I would probably have like maybe 3,000, 4,000 concurrent viewers. The people that are subscribed to me would get notified, that type of thing. But I guess not. But we'll continue to look at this, continue to hold, continue to analyze it. I will go through some things later if I do have some time. But right now it just looks like it's one, it was flat for a while and then decreased quite a bit. So hovering around that $78 mark. And they're really trying to scare people off. You know, this volume here, 222,000 versus 72,000. You're saying 72,000 people are buying this stock at this low. Anybody sees it go this low, this definitely is an interesting entry point. 249,000, 335,000, 94. So yeah, I would think the volume is a lot higher than that. Like, look at this. Look at this. Got a lot of people that want to average down at this point just to be able to make a profit. I mean, technically, I know that it's going to be between this $8 and probably $8.44. If I can average down to basically 100% of what I have, there's no way that I can break it down to where it is at. Christopher says, I'm selling. If you feel right to sell, definitely go ahead and sell. He tweeted he's a fan of shorts. He said he's the destroyer of shorts. He's a fan of shorts? Of shorts or shorts? That's what you said? No, he said I'm the destroyer of shorts. So basically meaning that, you know, the price is going to go up. The shorts, when he speaks, the price goes up. That's what he's saying. Obviously not, because he said that, you know, 5 hours ago, right? And now we're looking at this movement here, pushing $8, pushing $8. Is it going to go below 8? I mean, it's a possibility. It's not the all-time low. The all-time low, I think, was like $6. Don't sell on the dip. That's what everybody's saying. Or some people are saying. Shorts over pants. I guess. When it's cold out, I'll take pants all day. I did get notified. It routed to me yesterday. Okay. So for most people, it will notify you via the bell, but when it comes to getting recommended, so your recommended pages on the home page will tell you if I'm actually streaming at that time. So you can get recommended during the initial announcement of it. But the problem is some people are not getting it under that recommended page, which sucks. But we have 1,400 people in here. If you can get this over 2,000 likes, that'll be amazing. I feel like the ratio of like to viewers was pretty good, but I know this is a horrible time to stop here. I wanted to see some sort of a rally before I end this stream. But I'm gonna need to end this stream. I gotta get to work. It's month end close, and I'll do a couple of things there. I wish I can take a nap. I'm tired. Went to sleep late last night. Well, not later than I usually go, so I got my brown pants on. I don't know what that means, whether you actually have brown pants or you're like kind of crapping yourself because of all the movement downhill. Why are we stuck at 8? Just sold, rebought at 8. What does that do for you? Wait, you sold with a profit, or you just, because that does less for you actually. It does the same thing that you could do for averaging down. Now it's below $8. It's really moving down. There was a lot of resistance at 8. A ton of resistance at 8. I'm trying to see where the support level will be. It looks like we're resisting at 790, which is a spot that we resisted at prior to this. So it's crazy that we have to break. Oh, wow. Broke 790. Buying more AMC now. Go to Matt Coors YouTube. All right, well, I can definitely. Oh wait, you're talking about. I think I might know who you're talking about. No, that's not it. He also does what I do on YouTube. Well, that's interesting. What is he at? I'll go there. I like to support people, or somebody that may have more subscribers than me. I don't know who he is. Yeah, he's getting a lot of views. That's good for him. I mean, he's got 12,000. This is not something that I solely do. You know, I don't just go through this. Oh, we're making a move back up. I don't just go through this piece right here. I mean, I will go through some of the day trading buys that I do when I'm selling, some of the profits, things like that. Also go through some other things like credit cards and personal finance things. So there's a lot of other things that are included in the things that I do. But yeah, this channel seems good. This is not healthy. Yeah, he seems great. I actually checked him out yesterday. So yeah, I always get recommended these because of the fact that, you know, I watch Brian Jung. We appreciate. Thanks. Let's see the movement. Yeah, I'm getting tired right now. I think I'm gonna be done. So do you believe this market manipulation? I do believe market manipulation. The whole thing just doesn't make sense with the amount of people that show interest in this and the amount of buys. Like, look at this. Look at the amount of buys that we just seen at this level. 1.4 million. You're telling me that people don't want to buy at these other low levels and continue to buy here, that we're seeing more people selling than buying at the lowest level possible? Why would anybody buy at the dip? You should see a lower amount of people buying at the dip and a higher amount of people, a lower amount of people buying or selling at the dip and a higher amount of people buying at the dip. That's how you should see it. And it's not big enough of a movement. Like, typically when people buy at this low and then sell off at a higher point, you would see a higher amount of movement, maybe a couple of dollars, but you don't see that. Right when you get any type of movement, they take you down. You know, that's why I'm believing the market manipulation. So just made 70 off of GME by scalping the drops. That's amazing. That's the way you need to do it. Once you, what did you use? Did you just did you use any type of indicators to basically say where the drops actually were and where they're coming back? Because some of these actually were really good, but the problem is the fact that it is moving downhill, so the trend line is coming with the stock. So even if you do buy here, or yeah, you buy here, if you sell there, it's still a small movement, but it's enough that you can make a good amount of money. It's just a slow, like, downhill spiral here, which it does not make sense at all. Eventually, like I said, we keep holding, this is going to go back up. So I'm gonna, sorry to end you on a low note here because it seems like it keeps going down. Matt, will GME hit 160? I am sinking. I don't believe it's going to hit 160 today. My thought process was that it was going to go down, it was going to come back up sharply, but with everything that's happening after that, it looked like it flattened out to where buyers and sellers were pretty much even, and then it started pushing or pulling down again. So I don't think it's going to hit 160 today. I think it will eventually get to that point, but it's just going to take some time to where all of this settles down and people, you know, we obviously have more buying power then. With the stock going down at such low levels, the buys should be at like an all-time high, but they're not, and I don't know why. Yeah, hopefully you will see me in the evening. It depends what I have to do with the kids, but it really just depends. I'll try, but hopefully I answered your question. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'm definitely gonna be back tomorrow, no matter if they suppress me or not. I'll be back tomorrow, ready to go. Hopefully we can get some more viewers in here. But I like the way the chat was moving today. I was able to respond to regular comments, not just super chats. So it made me feel more connected, and not that someone had to pay to see the comment or get an answer. So I appreciate all of the people that have been commenting. You guys are great. Guys and gals, you're all great. Make sure that if you're interested in buying at the dips, you buy at the dips. This is $73 here. You could, from $73 up to $78, you could have made a good amount of money from this, because you're moving dollars. You know what I mean? And I could have made a good amount of money from it. I can technically go into GameStop at these low points and sell at the high points and show you how much money you can actually make by doing that. All of these low points here to where it comes back up, perfect. Most opportune time to get in. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Thank you everybody for showing up. Thank you everybody for hitting that like button. Go check out, if you're gonna check out anybody's channel, I don't know if you like Trades, how fast he talks, but definitely go over there and check that out. There's some other people that are doing it as well. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream, or if you watch one of my videos, maybe I'll premiere one later today. So see you guys.